should be looking to focus on if we can catch it. It's Fumio Taki with that V2, with being in Imperium. He has a lot of signs and I think some fire cages as well to work with that ultimate, which is one of those very typical strategies when using this ability.
Yeah, speaking about working with, Mike has been able to find himself some great halberds to be able to work with. Goes for the F ability from that Zip to be able to forward that stagger coming on through from Miss You. Decides to keep himself away from the fight. That is one of the problems with Zip. Fights do go on a fair chunk of time, which sets in motion the third party coming on through from FPX's verse on this Matari. And Mike is going to be the first player who goes out of this lobby, losing that rebirth and having to revisit the Soul Altar.
That is definitely disappointing for Mike. I'm sure he's not very happy about that one, but it is what it is, you know? It's not telling of the of his performance in the future, and I'm sure that this is just a very small hiccup in his eyes, as he is a veteran. He is well accustomed to staying positive in his mentality. You know, it's a necessity in this kind of environment. But oh my goodness, we've just been witnessing this fight, this third-party situation from Verse after Miss You being able to pick up that kill onto Mike. Unfortunately, just getting spaced out by this fan and not able to take him down, unfortunately. And here we are, Spider just absolutely obliterating Zeldin. Zeldin getting caught on the fade back by the halberds, an extremely good weapon at catching these dodges.
Yeah, I mean, that RMB is absolutely no joke, both on the cross attempt as well as if you mistime that parry. As we are going to be looking at Polaris in a 1v1v1 against TE Star and EWG's Arano Star on the outskirts with that pistol, just trying to apply a little bit of pressure, not wanting to put himself into that point of contest for everyone to turn on to, but the Hardy has his ultimate. Polaris is going immensely low, will get caught out by EWG's Arano, who is now still with that ultimate, going to be able to evade away from TE Star, and instead WBG Spider steps up to the plate to look for the 1v1 instead.
He does indeed. Everyone waiting, lurking, trying to find the scraps, anything that they can manage to pick up early on, but we're heading on over to YZG T225 and Verse scrapping it out over here to the south of Imperium. T225 almost being able to capitalize on that F1, that dazzle, but unfortunately just not able to find it. Able to escape the 2-1-1 from the Matari due to the terrain now. T225 getting that armor swap and then immediately pulling out that ultimate, as Verse has also chosen to use his ultimate very aggressively. In this situation, it is somewhat of a stalemate, as now the Verse can't contest. Verse cannot contest this ultimate with anything, really.
True.
Bursting down this shield is extremely hard to do, and is forced to fade back and try and use the ultimate at the very end of that duration and see what he can manage. Here we are, manages to catch him briefly. Verse looking for that punish on the hold dodge. He finds the uppercut combo into the F follow-up. I'm not sure if he got all of that, but there it is, the half charge into the uppercut, and Verse takes down T225.
Yeah, it is going to be Verse starting to lead the kills, tying it up with Spider 2-2-2. You know, Imperium is still seeing so many of these players up towards the spacing. TE Star with that purple fan is going to be taking a couple hits of pressure. Still has his combo break off the F1, has not invested it just yet, as he's currently trying to fight between two of these Hardys. Doesn't really want to go for the full commitment, however, he doesn't have that ultimate, but he also doesn't have any of his armor. Has to go through that F1 just for the backstab. Look to charge up the scale rush, but gets interrupted before it can charge on through. We'll be able to find the gray level of it. Finds an armor swap as well inside that building. Goes for the overhold of the blue in case the Hardys try and chase him down. Avoids perfectly spacing with the jump, the triple charge setup from that Hardy V2. And Star with the fan movement is unfortunately also going to be hit by another hit of the triple charge from the Hardy, as there's so much damage coming in through from these two players. They don't care about each other. They just want to get this last hit on the Syra.
Yeah, I think they must know, they must be fully aware of the fact that Star simply just does not have ultimate here, and are recognizing that he really is the vulnerable target. But at the same time, Hardy versus Hardy, it's not necessarily the best idea for them in the long run. But here we are, Zeldinkt finally is going to be able to pick up that kill with that dagger horizontal focus. Arano now forced to disengage recognizing that he is at a disadvantage due to having used his ultimate already, and Zeldinct opting to go for the aggressive play, even though the Realms of Yang are going to be coming up relatively soon, and players will be needing to prepare for them. Zeldinct getting parried on this fan horizontal focus. A beautiful parry coming out there from Arano, able to crouch underneath the first part of the focus attack, and then able to parry the second part on the way back in. Very nicely done by Arano. Here we are, taking a look at the Realm of Yang that's going to be spawning over here, out in just sort of in the Twilight Zone, in the middle of nowhere really here. And we've got Spider also looking to go into the Realm of Yang on that zipping pick. He's very, very close as well to a cave, the cave that is just underneath him. If he were to choose to do so, he could very easily not go into the Realm of Yang and then immediately go down into the cave. Or perhaps, if he ends up coming out of it victorious, he'll be able to immediately drop down into the cave and essentially double his loot.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario though is that Spider runs into Mike inside that Realm of Yang. Two Zips going head to head. Zip is one of the most frustrating heroes of fighting inside the Realm of Yang. Yes, she doesn't have a combo break. However, the ability to just keep healing and sustaining, all the while getting to utilize those 4 pillars and scale rushing, can be so aggravating, as BWG's Tryhard has actually been able to find a floating pile and still retain his Yang pass. This is absolutely huge for him in terms of that loot. On this Velda, it's so important that he's able to get that immediate scaling so that when he comes on through with that one hit of CC that's afforded to you by either the F2 connection or one of those spears, you have enough damage to be able to take those players down with the combo extension that the one hit can provide. As WBG Spider has put himself inside a Realm of Yang, he's going to be going up against OW and Zeldinct. However, with that pistol, comes on through before swapping on over to the halberds, looks for the spacing, just threatening the R&B, catches the Hardy on the exit of that skill rush, and Spider slowly but surely is being able to wear Zel's defenses and armor down, as we're seeing the full dagger Soulbreak being utilized to try and space away. The R&B will be able to connect onto the Zip, but there's the F ability to get behind the Hardy and try and set up more damage to come on through.
Absolutely. Dipping behind that pillar, looking for that scale rush in. Oh, and Spider finally sending out that focus there, catching Zeldinct, forcing out that combo breaker, and now immediately looking to close the distance. Zeldinct now forced to use that ultimate. Spider just giving just no care in the world. He is very, very happy to simply heal in Zeldingt's face right now, as he knows that if he does get a little bit lower, he's going to be able to use that ult activation. Now, for the moment, he's simply tap dodge rolling away, trying to avoid that last little bit. And now Zeldingt's ultimate having expired, they're back into a neutral situation. However, Zeldinct is at a huge health disadvantage, effective health disadvantage. Oh my goodness, what was that? Zeldinct going for that light attack into the slap, into the uppercut attempt. I've never seen that in my life. That was certainly interesting. Unfortunately, it was a soft true combo, and Spider able to use that activation on his ability, able to immediately soft combo break and take the hit back and take Prio back for himself.
Oh, and that's legendary Fist Blades that Spider's been able to pick up, which is one of the most terrifying weapons, except maybe the nunchucks, to have attached to that zipping, which is one of the reasons why we can see Spider having those in the back pocket. As you talked about, that is indeed the cave that Spider was next to. It does seem like we've had all 3 of our Realm of Yangs finished with SS1, YZG, and WBG all being able to walk away with the win, leaving FPX's Verse, OW, and Zeldinct, as well as BWG's Tryhard, now on Yang depletion, and now it becomes this really artful dance where you have Yang depletion, but you cannot give away the fact that you have Yang depletion by desperately trying to take a fight. Something, unfortunately, that ONW's Zeldinct is immediately just telegraphing to everybody in this lobby by taking a fight this early.
Yes, indeed. However, it looks as though Spider is a little bit more interested in fighting the other Hardy in the vicinity that Zeldinct was looking to aggress on so aggressively. But here we are. We're going back over to the west side of the map. We've got Tryhard and Paste focusing down at FPX's Verse now being forced to use that ultimate tryhard with that Yang depletion is certainly going to have to come away from this engagement with that Soul Bloom. Verse trying to get away as fast as possible. He too having that Yang depletion is going to be a really tough situation now as he's been forced to use that ultimate. He's not going to have that resource available to him in the upcoming couple minutes and a bit, you know, to try and actually confirm a Soul Bloom for himself. So for now, he's simply on the run, and Paste is doing a very good job of keeping up with him.
Yeah, it is going to be an immediate kite over towards Purity Chamber, but here is something which is an immediate curveball. Not only was Mike the first player who lost their rebirth, Mike is also the first player fully eliminated from this lobby. That is not a good start for the defending world champion to come on through, as SS1 Space has been able to track the Matari down to Purity Chamber. Unfortunately, knowing where the Matari is in this position does not make it any easier to be able to confirm this kill. There are so many levels of terrain to this spacing, and you can see that Verse is just buying time for his F ability to come back through, except he might be able to force the Boulder into utilizing the V2, and there it is. Paste has no choice. He goes so incredibly low off of the Fist Blades, and the Corruption takes damage that he's forced into burning that V2. Unfortunately for FX's Verse, he's forced the Valder ultimate, but he still has to keep himself in the fight because he's not the only one with Yang depletion.
Yeah, indeed, this is a very tough situation for him. But another thing to note in the kill feed, unfortunately, T225 has not only taken down OUG's Mike, but has also taken down Fumio Taki here in this situation. A very sad sight to see for a lot of fans, not only for Taki, but also for OUG's Mike. But here we are, Paste. I was surprised that he used that ultimate, as he didn't have all that much time left on his red buff. However, he's certainly flipped the script here and come out and immediately been able to take him down extremely low and taking him down fully here. Now VWG tryhard in the last Yang depletion situation is trying to focus down Arano. Arano not having that ultimate available just yet is in a very tough situation for the moment. It looks as though T225 on this Syra pick is also looking to focus down Arano here in this building, but it's not being made easy because of the building. Is certainly tough.
And I mean, the 16-second duration of the Syra V1 too, it's really obvious that Tryhard has that Yang depletion. He knows that unfortunately he's not going to be able to find a kill. Everyone is looking to just lobby him down. The best case scenario that he can do right here is just make sure that he goes down to Corruption, takes damage, and doesn't give another kill to the side of T225, who chases him into that zone and will be able to add a 5th pick to his tally. This guy is on absolute fire. Currently 6th. Now that his kills are going to be updated. However, does that mean that he isn't able to take that realm of Yang, considering he just burnt his ultimate to be able to claim that kill onto Tryhard? And it does look like it's going to be Paste going head-to-head now with Ares' Misyu Valda versus Liam, who's going to be able to come out on top. Misyu goes for the commitment of the longsword, does get parried. That's the F ability now going to be forced. However, it is going to be the Valda missing the spacing on the F2 and having to commit that V2 now to come on through and try and find this next connection.
Indeed, and it does seem as though T225 was very willing to go into that Yang. I was wondering if he was going to make it in, but unfortunately, I was going to comment on this, but unfortunately, it looked as though Paste had certainly had his number in the books. He knew exactly what was going to happen in this situation and was just able to play around his ult extremely well, negating all of that pressure from the Liam ultimate, as it is not what it used to be. But here we are taking a look at T225 and Polaris scrapping it out in the realm of Yang, and this matchup right here, this ult matchup is rather goofy, a little silly, but I will say that I think Syra actually comes out on top, as if you're able to just sort of stay right next to the Valder in ultimate, you're going to be able to come out of it healed up to maximum. But Polaris here eating a huge focus, and then a second as well, the Heartstopper kick into the horizontal focus as well. Now T225 is certainly on the front foot, looking to try and close out this elimination, finds the scale rush into the jumping LMB, and T225 is just making it look easy right now.
Oh, gets another legendary weapon as well as legendary armor. He's going to be grabbing himself White Tiger's prowess, so he's going to be able to sustain as well as damage. He is doing so incredibly well. 7 kills and counting coming on through for him, and our record for most amount of kills picked up in one solos lobby is 12. Can he tie it up, or can he actually manage to take another record away from the likes of Mike and Spider?
I think he will have to take down literally every single player left in the lobby if he... Oh, no, not every single one. Every single one bar one. Oh, no, wait. To actually break the record, he would have to get every single player. But if he's not here to catch Miss You, who seems to be in a bit of hot water at the moment, he may not be able to do that. But... oh, it's not looking too good for Miss You. He is in a very tough position, sending that Oryx Sword to the top of the tower to try and break away. Now using that crouch to get to the ground as fast as possible, dropping down, not having any ult charge left to use, and it's looking pretty cooked indeed. My friend is surrounded on all sides, quite literally. He was backed into a corner by all of these players, being the optimal target and the one to take down here. It's unfortunately an unwinnable situation.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate as well for Polaris, because he saw that they were going hard after Miss You and was getting in position to not get the kill. He wanted the Soul Bloom. He doesn't have the Soul Bloom though. He's still got Yang Depletion, but the players around him don't know that. Yet again, he's having to go for this way of playing where he doesn't show the desperation that he must be feeling. He's still got his ultimate, he's still got his combo break on the F2, but now that all of these players think, okay, Yang Depletion players have been dealt with, everyone is just kiting away. They understand that Polaris, if he does have Yang Depletion, is going to have to get aggressive, except 225 knows the player that he defeated inside the realm of Yang was Evalda, and he's zeroing in for that kill. Oh my goodness, the terrain coming on through as well as the error addition on the spear. Polaris is forced into burning that V2 almost immediately, and this is blood in the water for all of the sharks around. Every single player now has spotted that there's a fight going on, and if a fight goes on now, it's because the player has Yang Depletion, and they all want a piece of the action.
They certainly do. My interest at the moment is, where is SS1 Pace, as he is the only other Valda in the lobby currently, and it would be somewhat in his interest to prevent Polaris from being lobbied here, as if he does go down and he is the lonely Valda left in the lobby, he certainly will meet the same fate that Polaris unfortunately does meet just now, taken down finally by T225, who has now gotten up to 8 eliminations. 8 in game 1, Moxie. I don't know what you told him before the games today, Moxie. I don't know what you said to him.
It's like, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. You gave him all of your luck. You luck box, Moxie. What on earth? Obviously, he's an insanely good player, but
he's got the extreme long.
I saw. He's got the red locks.
He doesn't even need to use it.
What is going on?
He's just keeping it in the back pocket, so
no
that
need.
players don't see that he's got it. I mean, he's got a Heartstopper's kick on the spear. If he lands a Dragon Slayer's, he gets the silence.
Yep.
Which means that these players don't have the combo break, and they don't have the ability of trying to use that combo break to dodge out of the Syra F1, and then they get caught up into the uppercut, into the grapple bump, and it's just curtains. It's straight over.
Yeah, and on top of that, you know, it's he's also got that erudition, Jade, which back in the day, erudition was not so good of a Jade, let's be honest. It wasn't all that useful, but now it certainly is top tier. And here we are taking a quick look at this replay, the fight between
the stun!
Mike and... oh my goodness, that stun was insane. And Mike is now just stuck in a corner. He has nowhere to go, and he's just lasered down. Unfortunately, literally nowhere to go. He was backed into a corner, jumped through the window, and was still dazzled, stunned up by that Syra ultimate, and wow.
He's going to be doing so much damage too, because
Syra's
ultimate scales.
On the spear and stuff.
So the 1-2
he's got everything.
Is fully changed as well in terms of the animation, but no, something about Syra that we have to remember is that her attack damage on that laser scales with the rarity of weapon, but not only that, it scales off of attack soldiers too.
Yes.
So the fact that 225 is going to be absolutely stacked in terms of weapon identity, but also major amounts of attack percentage. In fact, he's probably fully capped on it. That attack is going to literally be melting players. When it comes to trying to contest the Spirit Well, there's a Valda that's going to be posted up. This is where SS1's pace is. He's going to be showing off that jabbing. But if he tries to hold this position, he's going to be in the spot for that Siren to come on through with the 16 seconds of the V1 and just laser beam down.
Is he going to secure this? It looks as though it did look as though.
Oh no!
Oh no! T225. That's a little bit too spicy. You want to be careful there. SS1 Pace does manage to secure that Spirit Well. It looks as though everyone's. Oh, the double spear! And T225 is not in a good spot now. Forced to use that ultimate. Does manage to find this Dazzle now, but he's just throwing out these orbs. And here's the thing. Here's the interaction in this matchup. If you just throw out the orbs right next to a Valda who's an ultimate, you're going to come out healthier than they are.
Yeah, and she can't speed.
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually a rather beneficial matchup. However, it doesn't look as though it's going to be all that beneficial here, as unfortunately T25 having used that ultimate, Pace having yet another one under his belt, ready to go. He is looking to try and close out this kill, but oh no! T25 eating the damage on the drop down here, trying to find the scale rush. He's getting stuck on the terrain, finds the armor swap, but there's Rupture Gale somewhere. Someone's taking his oh my goodness, Spider is going to be the one to find the elimination here, taking himself up to 5 kills in total. It is very sad to see for T25. Extremely sad indeed. However, nonetheless, 8 kills is pretty good.
Pace was able to, I believe, make out with the, there it is, the red longsword. He was getting into position. He knew that the Siren had that. When T25 went for the ultimate, he swapped to the red longsword, so it would be the max amount of scaling for that attack to come on through off of the laser beam. And Pace, he got hit by it. He knew exactly what damage he was taking. He wanted that red longsword so that as a Valda, if he was able to land a spear onto some of these players in a third-party multi-way fight, he still has an opportunity to be able to land damage without putting himself directly into the front line. Because when we get to the situation that we're currently in now, he has to try and make himself as scarce as possible. We have so many different heroes alive, but Valda is the prime real estate. So when it comes to fighting that last fight in the heal-off situation, you cannot allow her to sit on that V2 because she'll just pop it, get all of that extra health, and will heal off directly in front of your eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only her, but also the Syra. We still have a Syra left in the lobby, and it is TE Star. And going into this tournament, I was under the impression that it was likely that the Valdas and the Syras would likely end up being a little bit more friendly towards each other, as they do have essentially the same utility in end zone situations, but it does not look as though Pace is interested at all in being friendly. He is out for blood at the moment, and it looks as though Star is the focus at the moment here. He does find the parry, thankfully for him. He did find the parry onto that Heartstopper kick, and now is turning his attention over to Spider, as he seems as though he's the only sort of feasible target for him to focus down in the situation, as the Hardy and the Valda are just not going to work out.
Yep, force that Zip ultimate too. Spider getting lower and lower and lower. All of these players understand that Zip does not have the ability to go for that cleanse, so the Flame Breath with the Rupture Gale comes on out from that cannon. Star with the laser, look for the swap onto the musket to be able to grab that kill, but it's EWG's Arana who's a little bit faster, and Star, it seems, is going to be taking his fate into his own hands. However, he's not fast enough. Arana is still going to be able to pick up the kill, taking us to a 1v1. It's going to be SS1's Pace and EWG's Arano. Hardy and Valda, both of them having their ultimates available. Arano no longer having his combo break, though, is going to get grappled onto by Pace, who's able to find him on the flop state with the R&B on these halberds. Stormstrike coming into full play, as well as that F2. denying a lot of the spacing for this Hardy to have the opportunity of using, as we can see the nunchucks, but again, Paste is able to come on through with the catch of the RMB, and it forces the Hardy to throw in their ultimate before the Valda commits the V2. The first player is not going to be able to find the connection, but it's done its job. It's bought Paste the opportunity to heal, because Valda manages to heal her normal health back through the ultimate's duration.
She does indeed. It looks as though now, having used all three of the spears, we've gone back to a neutral situation. Arano, narrowly escaping that parry follow-up there, as Pace does have that Storm Stride, knocking him out of the parry stagger. We get the slap coming through, the blue focus slap. Arano turning it back around, looking to find a slap of his own. Pace constantly applying that pressure with these RMBs, not looking for those horizontal attacks to go into a combo, but simply trying to play this chip game. He has his combo break available, sending it out. Unfortunately, not able to find the stagger with the bubble there, and he's now looking to chase him down. I believe he may have... He healed up once, no? Okay, he did, yeah, and I believe that Arano may have advanced heal in the situation. Paste, I think he has the... has Tuna?
Yes, we saw the Tuna animation of the rest emote coming through just before the 1v1 as Pace dodges the velocity with the roll, but unfortunately runs out of the stamina to be able to avoid out of the follow-up. Overhaul comes on through with the nunchucks. Pace able to force with the 1-2. The combo break goes for the V2 since the Hardy went aerial, trying to keep himself alive, looking for that reset opportunity, as it is going to be a little bit of a fake out, as it's going to be now Hardy just trying to space away so that he can buy a little bit of that health reset to come back on through.
This is insane. It is going so long. We're going to go down to the last moments here. Paste getting caught on the hold dodge there by Arano with those nunchucks, playing around that velocity trigger Soul Jade extremely well here, making it extremely difficult for Paste to actually find all that much damage and threaten a focus attack in the situation, as it will simply block it all. But Paste, he's getting cooked here. The damage, the fire damage, the combo break coming through from the Hardy, the combo break from the Valda as well. Arano, both of them are 1 HP situation. Who is coming out on top? Oh my goodness, it is Arano going to take the cake at the end of it all. Game number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that enough though to topple T225 to come on through?
I think it might be. I think it definitely is, in fact, because I believe they had around 3 kills going into that those last few moments. And then Arano picking up that last kill as well, along with the multiplier. Oh no, it's going to be T225, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that he might have been edged out by the multiplier and by the placement points, but no, T225 is taking game number 1, the MVP. I mean, he certainly put in the work. 8 eliminations is rather bonkers.
Are we gonna get the smirk? No, we didn't get the staple 225. The hands wants to try and really slowball it until he can find the piece and all of the loot to take himself into that first run with Yang, because he understands he's so strong inside the 1v1s that a lot of these players have very likely looked at his strategies, at his drop spots, and tried to take him out early, as FKX's verse takes down Ares' Miss You, leaving now BWG's Tryhard with these fist blades to try and contend against this other. Syra goes for the RMB, has to burn out that F1, puts himself onto the ceiling. Verse comes on through with the window, but Tryhard with the grey armor swap will be able to come on through, goes for the overhold into the jump LMB, trying to dodge away. However, Verse with the jump LMB will be able to connect, and all of that HP that Tryhard was able to get back online with the F1 has now been burned out, as it is going to be the full connection into the jump LMB. Tryhard having to back on off to avoid the stun from that F1, and Verse now on the back foot, goes for the trophy in the hopes of finding the armor reset, but Tryhard with the parry comes away the victor.
Let's go, BWG Tryhard. He had his kill stolen away from him. Miss You had originally been that target of Tryhard. The kill just being sloped away just about, but then he gets his revenge onto Verse, taking that elimination. And now looking at Salvation podium, to be expected, OWN Zeldinked on that podium. He was one of those players last year at J Cup who sort of innovated this strategy with Zai opting to go for that podium, opting to try and secure that legendary weapon early on, and he is definitely there, but unfortunately did not come away the victor, as it was certainly contested, Star taking him down. But here we are, going back on over to BWG Tryhard, looking to take an engagement with Polaris here. Polaris on that white armor at a slight disadvantage, however Tryhard is essentially at the same effective health for the moment. Polaris does get caught on the cross. Tryhard with that RMB taking him into the uppercut combo. Polaris now forced to try and disengage with that F2, now trying to get away desperately, but unfortunately just not able to do so, and Spider picking up the kill.
Yep, F1 to dodge away before Tryhard can find that toothpick confirm into the uppercut extension. Spider now able to come on through with a second kill onto BWG's Tryhard, and he's going to be able to loop through both of those bodies and pick himself up a massive amount of points as well as coins coming on through. As we can see, that is actually Spider passing a major milestone. That is 500,000 damage that Spider has done for the entirety of his MVPL and World Championship career coming on through. Major congratulations to Spider for being able to reach that one, as he is going to be setting himself up for an incredible first Realm of Yang fight, as OUG's Mike is also setting himself up for the long term in terms of looking at that Salvation Podium potential pickup. Now it's going to be Taki going head-to-head against Arano. Arano with the Justina V1 dodges away before the R&B can connect off of those fist blades. Looks for the dagger, goes for the hold of the L&B. Taki spaces on back. Both of these players looking for the shield reset. The Syra will be able to find it first, and now it is going to be Arano looking for the uppercut connection, but he's going to get read into by the fist blade connection. But Zell comes on through with the third party, back-to-back R&Bs from the halberd. And Zell's gonna commit the ultimate! He saw that EWG's Arano was thinking about backing out of the fight with the V1, commits the V2 and catches the Justina before they can get out of the way, before turning the freeze onto the zip now!
Oh my goodness, Fumio Taki unfortunately not able to secure that kill onto Arano. Zelding stealing it away from him, and funnily enough, able to get enough rage from that Soul Bloom pickup to use another dash. Usually with V2 on the Justina, you only get 2 of these dashes, as they are empowered as in comparison to the normal V1, where you have 3 dashes, but able to get a third. Disengaging, but Taki now looking to try and chase him down, biting off a little bit more than he can chew perhaps, getting caught with the weapon swap, and Taki just getting read like a book here on the disengage. Zeldink with some goofy and funky things there. It certainly bamboozled him, I reckon there. Taki was a little confused, and it ended up, it was a soft true combo, but I believe it was perhaps done deliberately. The soft true, forcing the dodge, and then looking to catch the dodge afterwards. And Taki, unfortunately, that is certainly not something that we see very often in EU. Taki does get taken down by this here, but fortunately for him, he's not down for the count just yet, as he still had his rebirth available.
Yeah, OUG's Mike now going to be counting the numbers of activation for this Realm of Yang. Probably going to get challenged by TE Star. However, we did just see that Salvation Podium has been solved. Mike has been able to make away with that Morris Blessing, the only legendary going to be in play currently, as OWN's Zeldings is going to be looking to try and put himself into this other portal right next to the Thorny Roller. All of these players are going to be very vigilant of that particular pathing, as FPX's verse with the nunchucks is the player that's been able to get his hands onto that Yang pass, and in doing so paints a target on his back for all of these players looking to contest that spacing. And with Verse still on this blue armor, he is going to be a particularly juicy target. However, we can actually see that 2225 has faded back towards the Forbidden Seal to make sure that these players don't think about coming into a multi-way fight against him. He's going to let the Syra have that position of the portal. So too is Zeldings. Both of these two are going to be backing on off, as Zell is actually going to think about trying to just chase onto EWG's Arano, who was hoping that the Yang portal would act as a smokescreen and let him open up the cave unbothered.
Indeed, I believe he was simply waiting to see if any, if all of the Yang passes were picked up and if all of the spots were taken. And it looks as though he was waiting there, perhaps a little bit too early, perhaps a little bit too in the open, and now it's falling victim to Zeldink's aggression, sending those blue focuses, sending out these interesting. Oh my goodness! A beautiful parry coming out from Zeldink, catching Arano on that vertical release from the halberds and immediately punishing and forcing out that F2, and then inherently forcing Arano to use that ultimate to try and disengage. But now we're heading on over to the realm of Yang Polaris up against OUG Mike. Mike on that Liam, sending out the combo break in the opposite direction to try and keep up the tempo onto Polaris. Polaris now forced to use that ultimate to try and heal up and disengage somewhat, but he's gonna have to look for an aggressive angle here to try and pressure Mike enough to see if he can force out that ultimate earlier on and not have to deal with it in neutral once his ultimate expires.
Mike, now knowing that that ultimate is going to be inspired, goes for the grapple into light attack, looking to keep up this pressure and not let Polaris go for the reset. He knows he's got the upper hand, comes in with the ultimate, throws out the Auric Sword, forces the combo break from that Hardy to come on through with this legendary Hang Sword, gets the uppercut connection, and will be able to find himself a win inside the realm of Yang. As on the outside we can see BWG's tryhard under a lot of pressure coming on through, escapes the clutches of 225 with the activation of that Syra F1, but he's not out of the woods just yet. In fact, he's not even out of the same building as 225 with the nunchuck uppercut is going to keep the Syra contested, as another player is going to be waiting on the sidelines, potentially looking for a fight as well. But unfortunately 225, a little bit of a movement error. Unfortunately, however, tryhard has not been able to take advantage of it. He's not clear. 225 is able to spot out where the Syra is regardless.
He has indeed. Tryhard, I'm not sure if he was a bit unsure, a bit confused as to where 225 was headed, or if he had in fact actually caught up to him. But Tryhard now in a very dangerous position. Unfortunately, the bell is rung and Tryhard has been revealed. Now 225 immediately engaging onto him, looking to try and confirm this elimination. Miss You, instead of going over to Tryhard, the Syra at very low HP, has instead looked to go and engage onto Fumio Teki, but now has quickly realized that the better choice is likely Tryhard in this situation. And there it is. He does go down.
Didn't get the bloom.
Unfortunately, doesn't get the bloom though. As you said, Miss You is under that Yang depletion, under that curse, and is now going to have to find yet another elimination, another soul bloom to potentially cleanse that debuff.
Yeah, now over towards Jin's armory, we can see FPX's Verse, who's going to be more than happy to take this aggression. Has a million birds might for another 100 seconds left. Sal already had that V2 forced out early, but he doesn't have the opportunity to cancel the ultimate because he's still being pressured. Had to go for the LMB, but gets parried by WBG Spider. One of those dashes going to be utilized. The grapple lock tries to come in through. The Justina still, unfortunately, doesn't have that ultimate to be able to avoid the pressure. The F2 comes on through. He's got to burn all of his stamina just backing off from the pressure coming on through from both Verse and Spider. He's got great armor that he had to go for the reset into. The F2's going to be back in 4 seconds, but all it's going to do is set him up to be static as Verse with the V1 stun into Laser Beam, and now it's WBG Spider who gets stuck against the wall, held in position for the LMB to come on through, and Verse puts him into a hearse.
That's not what you want to see right there. However, Spider did have that Vermilion Birds in Might, so he is not down for the count. He is going to be resurrecting rather soon, I would imagine. And perhaps he simply didn't choose to ult there, as he knew if he were to use his ultimate, he would be put into a potentially dangerous situation if he wasn't able to eliminate Verse in that engagement. But here we are looking at SS1 Paste, who unfortunately is in dire straits at the moment, being collapsed upon on by Miss You and OUG's Mike. Mike desperately looking to try and claim the kill for himself. Pace being sent through the window now, using that Hardy ultimate, is going to try and disengage. Does manage to make it through that window, that small gap in the wall, able to get out of danger, at least for the moment. Now looking to re-engage, as he does have that Yang depletion. He needs to find the Soul Bloom soon, otherwise he is going to go down and be fully eliminated. That is not what he wants in this situation, with 0 eliminations under his belt so far. Miss You also in a similar spot, forced to use that combo break off the parry. Pace able to claim the elimination and claim the Soul Bloom. No way is he making out of this alive, Moxie.
Yep.
Surely not, right?
And now the kill
what is
went
happening?
through. All of these players scattering away. Polaris looked for the disengagement, wasn't able to find it. He's got 20 seconds left. He's seen SS1's pace. He's seen that this is a play with great armor. In fact, no armor now. And Polaris suddenly sees a gift that he could potentially find to keep him in the lobby. Gets the uppercut connection. Looks to try to go for the focus hit. Pace with the spacing, though, has seen that Polaris is in the desperation straight mode of Yang depletion. And all he's doing is extending the fight. It was so telegraphed that Polaris had Yang depletion. Pace knew he didn't need to find the 100-0. He just had to keep the fight going long enough that the hit that he was able to find would be the last hit attached to Polaris's name.
That's actually insane. That the fact that he makes it out alive and gets yet another elimination is absurd. But we'll have to see what else might be absurd. Is this fight between OUG's Mike and T225 in the realm of Yang. T225 certainly feeling very confident with himself off of his first game's performance, but Mike also doing pretty well in this second game. Certainly has found his footing yet again. Mike trying to space out, trying to play the spacing game with the fan in this situation. Mike does use that ultimate now. The first Oryx Sword has already been utilized. T225 does get caught with the RMB into the RMB. The slightly untrue there does find the... he does find that that 1, 2, 3 with the Cyan Fang. Oh, and he gets the confirmation. Oh my goodness, but Mike, he's ready for it. His ultimate still had some juice left over. Had that one Oryx Sword left in the bank to mitigate the danger that he was put in that moment. But now T25 looking to try and close the distance yet again. Both of them at reasonably the same effective health. However, Mike is at a disadvantage without his combo breaker. Oh my goodness, the Cyan Fang on the fan, giving him that extra little bit of healing. T225 now in a very bad position. Oh, but Mike, no way, is gonna go down to that 1, 2, 3 on the Cyan Fang.
Oh my goodness, T225 commits the 1, 2, 3 and finds the win off of the back of it. Star finds the uppercut into grapple bump, into focus, and finds the elimination onto Fumio's Taki, as Arano now with the jump LMV into jump LMV on these fist blades. That's one's pace though, almost found that uppercut extension into grapple bump, potentially 1, 2, 3, 2, but the combo break was there for the Justina to burn that F2 and make sure that he's able to dodge out of it. Both of the ultimates coming on through now. Paced, just hooking himself up into that sky, avoids one of the dashes from that Justina. Arano actually going to be holding onto this ultimate as long as he possibly can, utilizing the threat of it to force the Hardy away from him, so both of these players can look for that full reset, because if this fight goes on too long, both of them risk the mutual destruction of a player chancing upon them who has Yang depletion and has to keep the fight going, showing up late with their ultimate still intact. Unfortunately, a position that OUG's Mike very rarely finds himself in, but it's one that he's in nevertheless right now.
He is indeed, but here we are taking a look at the remaining players in the lobby. Spider and T225 seemingly rather happy to walk alongside each other, as I predicted, as we talked about in the last game, as I brought up, the Syra and Valda, they seem as though they'd be a good match to be friendly towards each other, as frankly, you know, they do similar things in that endgame situation. But we will have to wait and see. For the moment, Verse off the rip is going to take a considerable amount of damage to his armor from TE Star, and immediately being caught up to the scale rush into the uppercut, but Soft True able to break out of that Soft True combo with his ultimate activation, but now he's trying to chase him down. Unfortunately, the terrain is not in his favor and is now put in a position of just simply trying to use the ultimate for the healing purposes that he can, but we'll have to wait and see if he's able to come away with that kill and cleansing that Yang depletion.
Yeah, Mike trying to find that cleanse as well, is able to find the Auric Sword connection onto the Hardy, but he's being griefed by every other player in this lobby, one of them being WBG Spider, who is making Mike's life an absolute nightmare right now. It's so fitting Mike is using that Halloween costume for Liam because he's having an absolute horror show! Oh, Mike goes down! The aggression force because of being under that Yang depletion. Spider is able to claim the kill, and that is going to signal the end of the fighting, as SS1 Space has one mission, and that is utilize this V2 and just get as far away from every other player in this lobby. As you can see, the ranged weapons has come on out, the cannon fire, the bow crashes, every single bit of damage is directed this Hardy's way. Paced with the blue dagger is not wanting to take a fight, he's wanting to full on run from it, opts for the weapon to be able to charge up the skill rush as fast as possible, but goes directly into the stalagmite. And no, that CC stagger gives the players the opportunity to catch up. He's got the combo break, he's able to put himself onto the ballista tower and skill rush further away, but everyone's been able to catch up. The ranged weaponry directly on his heels. The LMB from the dagger puts himself onto the tree, but he's just delaying the inevitable with the LMBs. Who's going to walk away with the elimination?
Oh, there we go. Oh, goodness. That was truly very, very sad, Moxie. Oh my goodness. The that icicle, I want to know if it was somebody who shot it from afar or if he clipped it himself.
I think he clipped it himself. It looked like he scores directly into it.
If that was somebody shooting it from afar, my guy, the Chinese sniper just going crazy.
Yeah.
Able to lock him down. He was out of there. It seemed as though he was free to disengage and heal up and potentially start regenerating some of his ult charge, but unfortunately that icicle just put him in the worst possible position. It is what it is. It does indeed happen to the best of us, but taking a look at the scoreboard for the moment, Spider currently sat atop the mountain with 6 eliminations under his belt so far, with 14 total points for these past couple games. T225 has now obviously been overtaken, having been that MVP in the first game. Taking a look at this
He's
guy.
got up, Shaker.
I like this. The blue greatsword over the golden weapon. That's very dunking.
I mean, he used the
anyone who knows me has watched my stream, they know that's very dunking. That is extremely dunking of T225.
Oh, he used it to threaten the spacing on the shop too, so that he could go and roll for soldiers. He's not going to commit to it 100%, but it did buy him that spacing to be able to pick up some of those upgrades. As WBG Spider, more than happy to have the Merciless Havoc, is going to be trying to cap out this Spirit Well. Remember as well, if this doesn't get capped in the next 180 seconds, it does automatically despawn. So it is in these players' best interest to cap that as soon as they are able to. Spider will be able to make out with all of that loot. He's going to get himself his hands on a Mystic Might, as well as getting the opportunity to go for the legendary armor swap. And on the side, with so much movement on the V1, very easy to take a fight in one place and just kite back to where that armor has been left behind.
Yes, indeed. And so, for those of you at home who are wondering, why are these players sort of wandering next to each other without a care in the world? And it's because, quite frankly, looking to engage at this point in the game can be, quite frankly, just detrimental, especially if you're trying to take an engagement against certain character picks, as if you are left on your own in a situation where you have nobody to who's potentially in a similar situation or has similar utility under their belt, you're going to be focused down extremely quickly. speaking of, Arano is currently in that exact situation and is trying his best to disengage. TE Star immediately eating the brunt of this damage from the dagger. Arano trying to find his way out of this spot of hot water that he's currently in. The ice is melting and he has now used all 3 of those dashes and is now left to try and simply scale. Oh no! Oh, the Moonbane hits coming in. Oh goodness, Spider claiming a 7th elimination, Moxie.
Oh my goodness, that Moonbane. Spider able to come out on top with the last hit. That is unfortunately one of the risks of Moonbane surfing. Sometimes you get away, and sometimes Moonbane decides you don't get to play. A Spider with the parry forces the combo break. The F2 from the Valda has been burned.
Okay.
2-5 though, managing to keep up the pressure, slowly burning a lot of this legendary armor, but Spider with the placement of that F1 gets the movement to force that Valda even further back, and that is going to be the V2 now coming on through. Spider's done his job. He doesn't want the kill on the Valda, he just wanted to get the ultimate out of the way. If 2-5 continues this fight, Spider is more than happy to be able to take it if this Valda so chooses, because that V2 is going to be running out and Spider is still going to have access to this V1. He just has to make sure he doesn't lose the kill to TE Star, who's trying to do exactly that and will be able to find it.
He finds the Soul Bloom though, thankfully for Spider. I believe that was Poison Splash, but I'm not sure if it had been upgraded to allow for that anti-healing debuff. But Spider just immediately turning onto TE Star, having popped that ultimate, and Star simply cannot do anything about it as he is just stuck in the open here. He's trying to use those Auric Swords to create some space to potentially heal a tad, but nothing. There's nothing he can do. The Rupture Gale Flame Breath is in play for Spider, and there it is. I believe that Star may be just taken down, burning to a crisp, and Spider is going to take the MVP for game number 2, day 1, J Cup group stage.
2 games down, 2 Sire MVPs. I wonder if there's a correlation.
Yeah, perhaps, Moxie, perhaps.
She's social. Not only that, she's still new.
Yep.
And it's something that actually tried, like we talked about in the pre-show, right? Said, when something new comes along, last year it was the phases coming up through, and Hardy. This year, it's Syra. The versus Spider has pretty much all of Artisan's Grove, also known as Money Spot, entirely to himself.
He does indeed, and here we are taking a look at OUG's Mike and FBX Verse landing very close together, Syra and Valda. Interestingly, it looks as though Mike has taken Initial Rage on his glyph setup. A very interesting choice here for Mike. Typically, we haven't seen Initial Rage be a very common pickup, but Mike certainly thinks as though it's certainly worth it. First, looking to try and get aggressive. Mike having that initial effective health disadvantage, but quickly turning it around, just immediately sending out that focus attack and putting Verse on the defensive, now trying to chase him down, having forced out that combo breaker. Mike, he's sort of just... he's contemplating the idea as to whether or not this is actually worthwhile. He's sort of keeping his distance, watching out for Verse, and trying to see if he can catch him healing perhaps, or see if he even have heals to actually get that health back. Mike sending out the focus attack, immediately getting parried using that combo breaker, and now Verse catching him with that second parry. Just absolutely frying Mike here inside this building.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, like you said, had to burn the combo break to just dissuade Verse from going for the punishment of that parry, but because he burns it, he doesn't have it a second time when the parry comes on through. Zal, on that Liam, has the F ability to keep a hold of his weapon once the parry has come on out. Still has this purple pole sword in the back pocket, utilizing the front of it for the charged Iron Beast, but he's actually going to be interrupted before he can find the grapple, looking to put pressure onto Taki by the third party coming up through from Star, who locks him into the 1-2 light stagger, but it's 2-5 who's going to be able to claim the kill. Saw the player going low behind him and turns his attention to take him down before looking back at that fight. Now trying to put the pressure onto the Valda, tries to back on off, understanding that Taki has done enough damage to build into this V2, and 2-5 does not want to be in the crosshairs when that ultimate starts to come on through.
No, indeed not, Moxie. Taki, now, having done a very good job of icing off that pressure on the initial aggression, having been focused down by both of the Liams, has now managed to kite out this pressure from T225 within that building. Another thing to note, Tryhard does take down Ares, miss you in the kill feed, so perhaps those of you who have chosen your answer for that question at the beginning of the game might be very happy or very sad. We'll have to wait and see. For the moment, we are taking a look at TE Star and Fumio Taki looking to try and take down this very low HP T225, and he finally does get eliminated. Now Verse coming into the mix, TE Star being the focus here. Both of these players having lost their combo break, Fumio Taki including him. TE Star now in a bit of a bad spot. He does have that ult available, ready to go with that purple weapon as well. Is going to be doing a lot of damage. Verse and Taki, both Valdas, do have ults available, but are they going to be forced to use them? They are indeed. Star forcing out that ultimate from one of the Valdas. A beautifully placed spear coming out from Verse. Oh my goodness. Able to stop Star in his tracks, but is he going to be able to finish him off is the real question, Moxie.
Star able to find the grey armor, grapples into the Scale Rush too. He's trying to escape. He's got the dagger as well, so these Scale Rushes are going to be coming through incredibly quickly. With the cliffside kite, Sara setting himself up to just back to back to back Scale Rush, try and run these Valdas into another play. He knows that one of these Valdas was forced into utilizing that V2, and that is going to dissuade and deter one of them for going for this full commitment. If Star can find another player to just deliver them on the doorsteps to, maybe he can make away from this fight. As we can see that Taki actually is the Valda who still has the V2. He's the Valda that's backed off.
He has. I think he's allowing Verse to take the initiative, as throughout this game, he's actually been in sort of a position 1 spot, and it's not netted him all that much success. He's not been able to confirm the kills, even though he's been doing a lot of the work. So I think in this situation, there it is. Beautifully done. Able to jump in at the opportune moment and snipe away this elimination. He readjusted from his experience within this game, within a minute ago, adjusts immediately, and it instantly starts to pay off.
Yeah.
Taki and Savers also both playing Valda.
They're not going to want to fight.
No,
yeah.
No need. No
Valdas
point.
need to make sure that other Valdas make it to endgame.
Yep.
They need to make sure, because the more Valdas that play, the more chances they have to protect each other in terms of safeguarding themselves so they don't get their hands forced for that V2 to come through early, as well as the fact that Valda is very strong as a hero inside that Realm of Yang fight, with the Realm of Yang spawning on up in a matter of moments. Both of those Valdas didn't want to go for a commitment. They were both incredibly close to a portal, so a player was likely headed towards that trajectory. If they get chanced upon 2 Valdas going for the 1v1 and someone had burned the V2, they were going to get knocked out of this lobby without the opportunity to continue. Even if you lose the Realm of Yang fight, you still get the next 5 minutes to try and find Soul Bloom. You're guaranteed a lifeline back into this game, so they want to make sure that they can absolutely hit the opportunity of going for this portal, as it's going to be... No! Paste wasn't able to find the Yang pass! Verse is able to stagger the Syra out of the interaction and snipe it away!
He is indeed, and now having put quite a lot of damage onto Paste, Paste is forced to disengage. Verse now trying to defend that Yang pass, looking to try and keep hold of this, and get into the Realm of Yang with white armor. You know, usually when it comes to going into the Realm of Yang, you typically don't want to be going in with anything less than blue. However, he seems very happy to take this risk, as he seems rather confident in his own ability, his own capability to utilize Valda, as well as the weapons he has to great effect. But we will have to wait and see whether or not he's able to secure that spot and make his way in. For the moment, we're taking a look at OWN Zeldinkt, who is currently sort of chasing people around at Eventide Temple. OUG's Mike also waiting for the Realm of Yang in the corner of Temple, now able to make his way in, having used his ultimate outside, having it instantly refreshed, and now doing a little bit of ping-ponging between the pillars.
Syra Mirror It's a Syra 1v1 to come on through. Mike does have that purple weapon in the back pocket, goes for the charged R&B to get the pressure onto the Syra, who wanted to utilize that pillar and break away from the fight. Overhauled into the L&B, looks for the grapple connection, stagger. Mike with this one has so much more movement, however Pace has so much opportunity to fry the fade mag with the dual halberds, and Mike is forced to bending the knee first, has to go for the combo break. That's going to force the ultimate out first, but major stun comes through from Mike. SS1's Pace fails to dodge out of the R&B initially off of the earlier Syra ultimate, gets hit by the dazzle into the L&B laser beam follow through, and he's dead before he can use his ult.
He is indeed quite a blunder there, having been in advantage to start it off. Does get taken down, unfortunately, but now heading on over to WBG Spider and Polaris, who are taking a fight in this realm of Yang. Beautifully placed ultimate there by Polaris. This is giving me some deja vu, as I have been in Spider's position here not all that long ago. Polaris able to play around his ultimate extremely well, but does get clipped on the way down. Polaris constantly holding on this fan. His fan is extremely strong. I found that his spacing on it was very, very good, and it was very hard to really create any openings here. Spider is likely going to have to try and throw a blue if he wants a chance at breaking that defense, but now swapping over to that nunchucks. Again, an extremely good defensive weapon, as you're able to hold that horizontal focus and deny this pressure from the blue focus, but it looks as though he may have made a bit of a blunder. The jitters are getting to him. He's put in a situation where he's not got all that much time left, having taken a lot of damage. Spider now also in a bit of a tricky situation, using that F and chasing him down and catching him just before the time runs out.
Oh, what an evade on the cannon fire with the F2, and then you can close up the distance with the jump LMV and get that last little bit of health needed to be able to find the absolute clutch win just before timeout. Can claim both Polaris and WBG Spider to Yang depletion. OUG's Mike now puts himself onto tower, knows that a lot of these players are going to be kiting over to this space, keeping themselves with the skirmishes out of the clutches of all of the players in the area, and that is going to mean that Mike, with this, Mike went for White Tiger's prowess?
That's pretty Chad right there, I would say. That's pretty Chad. That's pretty alpha male of OUG.
First realm of Yang, and he doesn't opt for Vermilion Bird Smite. The buff that if he dies enables him to stay in this lobby. He picks White Tiger's prowess, which is available in the second realm of Yang, while Vermilion Bird Smite is not.
No need. He doesn't need it. I mean, at the end of the day, we've been looking at Syra so far today, doing so much work. At the end of the day, do you really think you're going to go down as a Syra, especially considering the amount of healing that you're going to have? You pop your ultimate and you can't be touched. Instead of looking to go and focus on healing and using those orbs, instead, you just look to chase them down and you're going to be full HP by the end of the day.
You might need to ask Paste.
Yeah, let's see. Paste is in a bit of a bad spot. T25 are doing a lot of damage, comboing him with that Liam ultimate. He does force out that Syra ult now. Is T25 going to be able to claim the kill and the Soul Bloom, as he does have that Yang depletion? Yeah,
he was able to kite away from that Syra ultimate as well, with the fan in the back pocket. Looks like one of the circumstances now of needing either a fan or a dagger in the back pocket is escaping out of that Syra ultimate when it gets pressured on out, as Polaris is coming under a lot of pressure, has to burn that Tumultuous ultimate. WBG Spider is going to get isolated. However, I believe 2-5 is actually just on the horizon and probably sees that Temi ultimate, knows that there's going to be a player without that one to find an isolated third-party prevention, and now it's going to be an absolute race for who's going to be able to get this kill onto this Temi. Will 2-5 give himself the frontline position necessary to grab that Soul Bloom, or is Spider going to be able to grab it out directly underneath his nose? 2-5 looks for the drop down with the R&B on the fan, gets clipped though by Spider, who spotted that this Liam fighting desperately inside the storm has to be on the Yang depletion, and he's doing absolutely everything in his power to guarantee that 2-5 does not get the bloom and the ability to continue in this lobby.
Yeah, indeed. Also, something to note, Polaris actually has quite a lot more time than T225. His fight lasted until the last moments within that realm of Yang, and so he has an extra minute to play with to try and find this Yang depletion. T225, but yeah, what's going on here? T225 getting very oogly indeed, sending out these focus attacks, doing quite a lot of damage, but it looks as though Spider is very ready to take him down. Oh my goodness, but he's in a bad spot.
Did Polaris get the bloom?
I don't think so. I don't. Actually, no, he did. He did.
Yeah.
He did. Actually, you know, right. For a second there, I saw Spider's health bar, saw the shield, thought it was full, but no. That is just the shield from the ultimate.
Yeah.
I am extremely surprised that Polaris didn't choose to try and take him down here, because that could have been a very easy kill if he'd simply waited out the ultimate of Spider. I think he takes him down there.
Yeah, I think he was just worried about potentially getting staggered. Like, he must have been cutting it incredibly close to Yang depletion running out.
But he got the Soul Bloom, so if he got the Soul Bloom, then
he could have potentially faced the Valda down through, but maybe he was worried about third partying coming through. There was a Yang portal directly next to it, as well as OUG's Mike. With that, Syra goes through the F1 very, very quickly. Both of these players utilizing spacing as Spider finds the uppercut into grapple bump, into subsequent juggle. Mike now without that combo breaker going on the offensive. The Valda F2 is going to be burned out. It's going to be Spider now under the pressure of the uppercut connection. The Syra, because she utilized her ultimate, or rather her combo break first, has access to the F1 again, goes for the dodge through the Valda, looking to get behind into that uppercut extension pickup that Spider is going to deny. Spider mistimes the parry, and Mike with the fadeback is going to be able to find the healing off of that F1 as well. Mike goes for the attempted ultimate activation. The Valda doesn't have the F2, the space back from that stun. Has to go for the activation of the V2 to gold frame through it instead, but that means that Mike can continue applying this pressure. He's not carrying a whiff about a single spear that Spider can throw at him, and Mike just burns through the entire duration of the Valda full HP in a matter of moments for swapping on over to the bow and getting the last hit of damage needed.
This is what I was talking about. Oh my god, you saw it, we all see it. It's just, that's just crazy. That's crazy. Valda, I got the shield, cool. Can you do anything with it? You can't even use your ability.
He couldn't even heal. Like, if he took any downtime to heal, he got stunned into laser and died. So Mike was just free to keep up all of the offense. Yep. For the entire duration of the Valda V2.
Yep. The only situation where that doesn't just equal the death of Valda is outside of Yang.
Yeah.
So if you go into the realm of Yang and you're playing Valda and you're up against a Syra, unless they make a ridiculous number of mistakes, you are likely going to be going down, unfortunately. That is just the hard truth of that situation. But another hard truth might be for Polaris here, as he is in a very bad spot, trying to climb up and down this tower, the cliffside, trying to avoid this Hardy, who is desperately trying to claim this elimination for himself. Polaris now dipping into zone. Arano with that pulse will begin to chase him down on that Liam, trying to close the distance, does manage to do so momentarily, but Polaris jumping up to the building, is managing to stay on the move. However, I'm not sure he's going to make it out of this one alive. Arano with a jump LMV, able to claim that elimination and finally take him down, picking up his third kill of the game.
Yeah, we're down to so little players. This has been such an aggressive lobby as SS1's paced. Comes on through with the F1. Wanted to try and chip away some of this Valda's health and force out that V2 with the bow shot pressure. However, we've got Cloudweaver is going to be revealed on the side of FPX's versus Fistblades. That's going to give Pace a little bit of pause for thought in terms of how he approaches this fight, especially since OUG's Mike shows up for the mix looking for that third party opportunity, and we can see immediately the other side is taking a little bit of downtime to repair the bow in the hopes of being able to pick up that last hit of damage as Mike goes for the backspacing of that F1. Still gets hit by the Cloudweaver, but the second that Mike has come under pressure, Pace is able to take the absent spot, and poor old versus 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. But unfortunately, this is a Valda who has access to the V2, but is currently staring down two Sires. He knows if he goes for the commitment of the V2, looking to try and continue this fight against one of these Cyrus, he's going to be hit by the V1.
Yep, indeed. It's not looking too good for him right now. It is definitely a difficult situation to recover from. However, with the changes that were made to Immortal War this year, second Realm of Yang and the Yang depletion that you receive from losing within the second Realm of Yang does last for quite a bit longer than it did before, giving you much more time to play with, so that you can actually cleanse this Yang depletion. And as you can see, Mike's buff is actually almost run out at this point, whereas the Yang depletions, we've still got another couple minutes left on the clock, so they do have time to try and recover this. They can wait out the buffs and potentially stay alive and stay on their feet, or try and take an engagement where they're not at a huge disadvantage. Spider and Arano scrapping it out for the moment. They are, it's a pretty tough situation. What's going on here, Moxie? The Buttery Rocks are gonna be in play for sure.
Yeah, Spider does manage to find the parry, but unfortunately the Buttery Rocks making it just so hard for this Valda to be able to take the damage. And this is unfortunately the tragedy that both these Valdas are going to be faced with. They don't want to take the fight against the Cyrus. They don't want to take the fight against each other. That just leaves poor EWG's Arano to be the absolute pinata that Spider is looking at right now, trying to find this kill, but Arano with the pole sword and the movement is going to actually disengage, and Spider now has to look for the chase down. 1 minute and 14 seconds left, and EWG's Arano with that grapple distance and speed is just immediately gone. However, off screen we can see that SS1's Pace was actually able to find the kill onto FPX's Verse, and that is not good news for WBG Spider, because that leaves him the only Valda in this lobby. He's got 55 seconds left. He has to go for the commitment, but unfortunately the only player that he sees in front of him is this Syra. Looks for the charge LMB with this dagger, but you can see immediately a Valda has been spotted. A player who's desperately fighting and committing the ultimate has to be on the Yang depletion. That Yang depletion has to be running out soon. Everyone is on top of WBG's Spider, just trying to get the last hit of damage so they can claim this kill.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Spider unless he's able to burst down one of these players, and I reckon that he's definitely chosen Arano out of this one. He might be able to make it 14 seconds, 13, 1 HP situation. He does get taken down. Spider, is he going to be able to claim the bloom? No, he is not, and it is all she wrote for WBG Spider within this game. Unfortunately, he is likely going to go down momentarily, and there it is, Mike picking up his next kill, his 4th elimination of the game. Both SS1 Pace and Mike now very happy to simply wait for a little bit longer and see what occurs as the game moves forwards, as we do have the Spirit Well now popping up with Mystic Might currently in play. Now TE Star, this is actually really good for him that Spider was in that situation, so that Star could take full advantage of it and look to go and capture the Spirit Well for himself, getting that buff and getting himself a legendary armor swap ready to be picked up at a moment's notice. However, both of these players are on Syra, and as we know, Syra is not only very strong, but also inherently counters Hardy, so this is still going to be very difficult for him to come away victorious.
Catbloom comes on out. Mike has used the F1 before the Hardy has burned his combo break glider. There it comes on through. Mike finding the pressure with that parry. Already the legendary armor has been removed from Star. He's going to be going for the ultimate activation, probably to kite back on over towards that Spirit Well. Maybe pick up the armor swap that he has waiting for him, as we can see him just going for that staff. Commits it, gets parried into the storm damage, and now does manage to put himself back towards that Spirit Well. Finds the legendary armor swap that he was looking for, but gets parried again and loses 50% of it. Already the combo break has been burned. The 1-2 comes up through, but SS1's Pace on the sidelines with the bow shot staggers him into the charged RMB, and that is going to leave us a 1v1. Both of these Cyrus looking to try and pressure each other out of their utilities. First of all, combo break comes on out from Pace. going to leave Mike with the upper hand. He's going to burn his F1 a little bit later, finds the uppercut into Soul Break, follow through. Neither of these heroes going to commit their ultimate until just now. Mike puts the pressure onto Pace enough that he forces the V1, and he just full disengages it. He's going to be resetting into the fight when he's got his V1 access, and he is more than happy to go for that reset, because as Pace spams the R&B slowly but surely, Mike takes a little bit of a respite and activates Tuna.
He does indeed. Okay, you got a quick pit stop. Gotta get the tuna, get the protein in. Very nice. Get that heal going, ready for the fight in the upcoming moments. And now Paste immediately getting aggressed onto by Mike. And Mike is just the best possible position right now, but it is looking rather even. But as I say that, Paste sending out a rather aggressive blue focus, does get parried. The sap from Mike going out, and yet again another parry, and Mike, there it is. He gets his Syra MVP for the day. Game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Mike is your MVP.
3 for free on Syra.
3 Syra MVPs. Oh, yes.
Adaptation on the fly.
We're going to see a lot of
Syra of the game for this J Cup. You're going to have a stellar Syra. She is S++ tier pick in solos.
Yes, S star perhaps.
Like, it's amazing too, because we thought that Valdo was going to be sort of topped up for a while because of the V2 situation.
For the J Cup Qualifiers Day 1 solos.
Mike and 225, they love this location. Like I said before, no one's adjusting their spots. They're still slugging it out. 225 versus Pace off spawn. Pace going to be forcing out his combo break, but 225 is going to stay on top of him, chasing him down. Pace looking for the armor swap. Blue armor set up, setting the blue, setting up the follow-up. 225 now under a ton of pressure. Going to be fading away. Look for an armor swap and stuff. No, we're back in. We're throwing the blues. We're swinging. Pace trying to reset, trying to get out, but he is stuck in the corner. Nice parry going to come out from Pace. Gets the follow-up, forces out the combo break. Now Mike coming in with the third party though. Can he take the kill from Pace onto 225? He finds the kill, and now Pace in the last hit situation. Mike closing this out, working smarter, not Hyra, and Syra is going to continue her dominance today.
Taking the elimination there. Mike gets all the gear and all the gold on top of that. TE Star, though, inside of a pier and getting chased out by Zeldinch. Zeldinch looking for the LMBs. Armor slot. Zeldinch finds it. Of course, he looks towards Star, but Star is going to be going into the sky. Gets caught to the uppercut. The F2 to reinitiate for damage dealt. Bow shots from the background. Zeldinch gets hit by one blue stagger. He keeps the chase going. Star has himself with a purple weapon, as well as it being halberds. And of course, if Zeldinch can look towards it, he's got to watch out for that third-party opportunity. Zeldinch makes sure he can go back. He's looking to try to find the line of sight, but he can't capture it. So in this case, finds that reset. He's got 4 armor powders, now down to 3, in order to continue the chase without taking any sort of unnecessary risk. Meanwhile, Tryhard taking fights up against Verse, and Verse is on the hunt as towards the Sword Tomb. It's looking like he's trying to kite towards that direction. Tryhard says otherwise, and he's keeping that pressure going.
Verse looking for the slaps, not able to get it, but these buttery rocks fighting. Verse does get the high ground, is going to send Tryhard flying, gets the uppercut, doesn't get the sliding though, doesn't get the reconnect, wants to combo this, sends the 1-3. We got the classic weapon swap. Big pair going to come on to Tryhard, tosses him down to the ground, but Tryhard's going to pop the ultimate, reset with the F, looks for the overhold, fades out, trying to clog the lane, but Verse patiently waiting. Nice cross, looks for the cross parry. Now Tryhard sending it back. Both of these guys posturing, looking for the kill. Verse, combo break is down into a last hit situation. Tryhard back to full health. Tanky zipping off spawn, just such a menace to deal with. Can we get the long shot? Verse dodging, weaving, is going to get the heal off. Now able to get the light attack and pops the ultimate. Can Tryhard secure this kill?
Maybe, hopefully so. The only thing left is going to be those walls. Tryhard keeps himself kiting throughout the audio. He gets caught by the 1 slash. Verse making sure he can look for the level 3 slashes as often as possible. Tryhard having the F1, giving the heal over time. Just a couple more seconds, knowing that Verse needs to get the pop heal for the vitality. He goes for 1. He keeps the chase going. His ultimate's about to deform. He's got a combo breaker though. If everything comes out for neutral right now, Tryhard finds himself and gets parried, and that launch is going to launch him down here. Verse for the first elimination himself, and reaching out through and getting a fight over by Imperial Camp. Fumio Taki's here, Polaris is here, the whole lobby, it feels like, has arrived in this area.
5 people lining up, looking for, I don't even know what we're Polaris is going to get his armor stripped right now. Taki trying to get in. Can Taki secure the kill? He got 1 the previous round. Can we go for 2, Taki? Mike showing up on the Syra. Just the Cyrus today, ladies and gentlemen, just absolute juggernauts in these multi-waste fights. I don't really see any of your weaknesses out in the open. This is one of the worst case scenarios you can be rolling into. The Cyrus, the Hotties, all chasing down Polaris. Looks like he is going to get parried, but he will get taken down by Mike, and Spider following up, looking to take down his rival. But Mike's combo break is going to be coming out. Spider going in, staying on top of his Miss You is going to be fading out, playing this a little bit slow, and it looks like Polaris is going to just be the victim of the two strongest characters.
Yeah, Mike still has ultimate to keep available, so now in the standby of healing, he's going to go ahead and make sure that he can just back off, drop a weapon so he has an extra inventory space. Grapple pistol shot comes out from Taki. Taki looking to try to go for the initiation. The RMBs comes out, the combo breaker is utilized. Mike gets himself through that cannon shot, but the back party is going to be coming through and try to go for the initiation if they can to try to snag out some free damage. And there's going to be Taki for the 1-2. Mike looking for the RMB, the Tesla ultimate comes out, might have connected one, might have connected two, but Mike goes straight into ult to defend himself from that enchant for 3 seconds. Nothing's going to allow it to go down, but those musket shots are going to keep the pressure. Taki having a chance of actually backing away from this point on. He's going to go ahead and get focused out by Spider. Spider activating ultimate, knowing fully exactly what to do. Looking for the kill for Taki, getting the Soul Bloom, and rushing this right back in is exactly what he's hoping to initiate for a kill on to the target Siren. Now, there's the burn, there's the elimination for Tessa. This is going to be going down for the first life, but of course, Spider picks up the Soul Bloom, and he's already looking to try to hunt back for Ares Misu's part 2.
Great kill secure from Spider. He's been absolutely crushing today at 23.6. The second player, EWG Serrano, only at 14.3, and this is where it flattens out with 225 and Mike. All three of these next players having spectacular rounds himself, but Spider really, really sticking out. And someone's saying during my prediction serve that Spider is looking the best I've seen him in a long time. He's reinvented himself. A lot of his choices in fighting are really, really unorthodox. I was in the back talking with Frostus, and he was saying Spider plays so weird right now, but it's great to see that he's mixed up his game. He's reinvented himself. He's not trying to play like Mike like he was before, and now he's playing a very, very unique Boyi style. His prediction is on point. Now going in this first Yang, Tryhard is on Zipping. I was talking to him a little bit about this, of whether or not Zipping can win versus Syra. He believes this matchup is winnable. We'll have to see. A lot of strong players on Syra. Can he pull it through?
Well, 1-2's coming out here. Tryhard making sure he goes for that 3, but he holds it for a pitter-patter. Gets caught by the R&B release coming from Star. Star looking to try to create the pressure, pushing out the Zipping, but might even want to contest and taking the fight, but no, disengages completely because Romy Yang pass parry coming in from Arano, and there's going to be a free R&B with a 2-on-1 for the fan, and the jump R&B confirms the damage. Tryhard forced to ultimate. He's going to be trying to get himself towards that Romy Yang portal if it's still even available for him to find that pass, as it's going to be coming through and trying to pick it up, and he can't. They're disallowing it. The uppercuts come out. The staff R&B gets released. Spider goes to a go ahead or with the parry. It looks like Tryhard might be able to want to take this fight and try to get the pass, and he's successful in doing so. But the Sire ultimate, the dazzle, it's going to chunk through his health, and Tryhard kites away. 10 seconds on the clock, looking to try to go ahead and back away and not getting dazzled for the second time in a row. That Sire ultimate should have been done a while ago, but the V2 from Arano is going to be where the Fusion Core launches Tryhard out of this lobby, and Arano finds his first elimination into this game.
The Sire ult just so oppressive. With the combination of the ball, Arano captures Tryhard and is able to secure that kill. Now going to the first realm of Yang on Perdora, we got Mike on Saria. A little bit of Saria on Saria battle. Pace versus Mike. Overhold's going to be coming out, fading out. Pace looking for the back-to-back, being able to force Mike's combo breakout. Now Mike faking the heal, getting the half charge, getting the uppercut combo. Pace going for a ride now. He was winning this, forcing out the ult, mirroring the ult. Now we're going to just get balls back and forth. Both full heals going to come out. We're going to go with the second round between Pace and Mike.
Now the heal locks are going to be coming to this situation. We've got 4 more seconds left on the ultimate coming through here. It's going to be the decision to try to space out or create as much pressure as often as possible. There it is. Mike's going to go ahead into the cannon shot because of the secure damage spike. Parry like that forces a sap hit. And as it comes out, the 1-2s, maybe hold for the 3. Maybe looking towards it. Mid dodges through into that dagger. And hopefully for the cannon shot, I'm pretty certain he's going to be looking for the neutrals hit off of this end from Pace's side. But there's the release. Back-to-back blues. We've seen this countless times today, man. Every single blue is coming out today.
Yeah, there was a lot of double checking today with back-to-back focus attacks. We are going to get, I believe, Matari versus Zelsich, the only lone Matari in the lobby. He needs to win this. He doesn't have any other Mataris on the outside. Zelsich on top of the pillar, looking for the double hold, but Verse patiently waiting, biding his time. Fs are going to be traded out. Zelchich coming, dropping down, is going to release it. Got the first against the corner. Big focus set going to come out. He is just only going to get a 1-2. But again, sir, we're just releasing blues.
Bro, we released those. Everything.
Everyone's flying through the blue skies. It's just no one is holding back.
This is going to be Zeldin's victory, and he's taking the buff as well as the weapon and the Jace. But Mike takes himself into a 1-2. Pace. Outside post Roma Yang, finding a parry. Mike will get a sap hit with a gold spear. Not looking good for Pace, but he still has ultimate. The F1's now invested. He's going straight to the floating platform, finds a blue armor swap. That's a plus 900 health for himself. Now it's up to Mike to try to chunk that away, but he gets caught by a horizontal blue from the dagger. Hold check of Destiny comes out. There's a horizontal from the spear. Mike putting it out for the LMBs into the 1-2s. All that damage coming from the scaling of the weapon rarity, and Mike comes for 4 kills and eliminating Pace from the lobby.
Man, the spear play coming out from Mike. He's looking in form right now, warming up with the second half of the day. He started out a little bit slow today, but now up to 4 kills, leading the charge in the lobby. And this is one of the tough parts. When this character, Syra, gets going and she gets all the loot, she becomes an absolute juggernaut, where her one weakness of chasing people on the outside just becomes irrelevant now. We're in a WBG's Spider versus Zelchich. Zelchich looking for the LMB. Multiple players here. OUG's Mike showing up. No ultimate zone going to be popped. Verse here as well. Everyone's going to skedaddle. No one wants a hard commit right now. But Spider, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. He needs to find a Soul Bloom.
LMBs might come out here from Mike to try to get the stagger, but Verse is ready for the ultimate post outside of the Forbidden Seal. Creates height, creates pressure from the range shots as the F2 Matari comes out, and he flies right in. Now, this is not going to be particularly a risky move. He does conserve more rage for himself. The only problem is the entirety of the lobby realizes that this hottie has no ultimate. The combo breaker is still available right now. This is Sword Tomb Pillar is one of the more quintessential spots for kiting, such as a tower in Morris Isle and even towards Hollowrath as the spot. But more into the insanity of this action is that if anyone decides to go ahead and catches a mid-air stagger, that is where we would see all the range shots come out in just quick, succession from one another. And Verse, he is doing nice by this point of kiting with the fist blades, but Spider is also in the same boat. They are both going to be looking and getting locked out. Both Roma Yang fights that happen between their opponents, they are looking for the hotties, as they know it's a 50-50 shot between one another, because they don't realize what the other Roma Yang had in terms of who has Roma Yang deletion. They're just going to target out who they know best.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's going to be stalling out the no ultimate zone. No one wants a hard commit. The amount of verticality here to stay out. Verse is in a tough situation. Zelchich has no armor to his name. He has to be very careful right now. The only Matari can easily get singled out right now. Verse does have a bounty on him, and a minute 50 seconds. The time is ticking. We need to find a Soul Bloom. He's buying his time for as long as possible. The van focus not going to come out from Pelora. Spider coming in with the armor. He's swinging through. Not going to be able to land him. Verse does get the armor swap. Combo break is going to be coming out. Spider is going to commit to his ultimate. He's down to a sliver of health. Shots are coming out, but Spider's able to dodge, weave, get out of there. He has his eyes onto Verse. So is he going to try to just get this kill as he goes out? He knows his time is over. Then Spider is going to salvage the situation, get the kill and the Soul Bloom.
Spider's safe from here from Roma Yang depletion. Now he has to kite away. His ultimate's deactivated. He's going to get that Soul Rage coming back from that Soul Bloom. So with everything coming out, Spider keeps himself to the northwest corner of the shadow and hoping to see if no one's going to take this chase as he's looking for a full reset. 10 grapples to his name, 7 armor patterns, and taking 2 vitalities on the standby. This is going to be something he's going to be holding on to for a bit. Roma Yang has been opened up, so for the rooms, going to be waiting for the Roma Yang pass to enable access for the players and just hoping to see if anyone can kite out. Meanwhile, Mike, he's got one locked down, and we were talking about Syra taking a lot of pressure into the hands of other players trying to contest it. We saw it earlier with the fights, and for Mike, how stacked he is, he's got Vajra's grip. He's got himself with the Rampage and the Sap that we saw earlier, but more importantly, having a Rupture Gale Orb on his build with a cannon is just a dangerous combination for anyone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this fight is unwinnable in Yang. Once you reach that amount of loot within the game, you can't really camp around the pillar. You're going to get out damaged by the gold weapon in the long run. Plus, he has the Pocket Fist on Dex. Now, Polaris, I got to respect this, sir. He's been going into Yang over and over and over. Win or lose, he is just going in no matter what. You have to respect his tenacity to go in there and slug it out and try to win it.
Yeah, and for right now, the Jade's looking pretty spicy for everyone. Everyone got a Sap Jade for some reason. It's crazy. TT25 might be looking for his fight, though, outside of this, outside of one of the catapults. Takes double Wind Blast hits from Arana. Arana hold checking? Nah, he's going to go for the 1.0 parry. Now it's like, what we like to see now there's a double blue focus. Now we really like to see that. TT25, though, has to invest one of his dashes for the V1 Justina. He has himself to go to the Romy Yang, and this is exactly when the post-up comes through, and he gets himself a spot. His fight's up against Polaris. Now, this is a Liam versus Justina. Looking at the Hexa Harmony Spear, that might be something where TT25 comes out if he finds a parry off the opponent, because he doesn't have a spear himself. He does have the mitigation to stand point for this fight, and Polaris is looking for a fight in order to get a quick victory off the Justina.
Classic fight here. 225 gonna go and grapple up in the top right. Polaris immediately engaging with the fan, looking for the drop down, not able to get it. Gets a little bit of poke damage, but 225, classic 225, throwing the max range R&B, getting that nice chip damage in with the pressure from the cannon shots. Now Polaris is going to ice it off, take the trade, even fight still. Now we're going to re-engage, minute 20, still a lot of time. 225 with the overhold is going to just be playing super safe, getting a ton of cannon damage out. Polaris is going to open up with his fan. Look for the focus attack, look for the cancel, immediately pop the ultimate, and now 225 has Polaris already against the ropes. Nice job with the cancel for the ultimate, dodging the stagger, and Polaris is just going to get his health deleted.
That's an immense win coming out here for TG5. Now Mike taking Romy Yang in his side. Star looking to try to go ahead and kite around there, and Star still has his Sire ultimate. His F1 even is still up, and we got himself into using his ultimate against Mike. Mike looking to try to go out for the heal off. He's getting a lot of pop heals, but this is where the Dazzle comes in. Level 2 strike, there's a knockback. Mike now looking to try to go ahead for a jump LB to kite right past Star, but the Dazzles keep striking on, and there's going to be another one, guaranteed. Mike has enough time with his F1. They'll use it at the right opportune moment, but Star is now at the point where he can take the pressure on. Looks to the parry as the horizontal gets released, and Mike throws it again. The Vodka comes in the clutch. Mike looks to try to go for the R&B stagger and waiting for the blue focus to come out into his favor. Goes for Dragon Slayer. F1 from Star comes out, and Mike looks to try to hold it out again. Now blue focus just gets parried. There's a sap hit, and one R&B. Mike takes the victory in his stead and getting that Romy Yang kill.
No way. Mike turns it around at the last second, and Arano's going to clean up 225 as we're coming out of Romy Yang. Arano super stacked on the Liam. Now, Liams have been struggling all of today. They really need a ton of loot in order to survive against a very durable Hotties and Syra running around. We'll have to see how this Liam's going to be able to do going forward, but 4 minutes, 50 seconds on this Yang completion. But WBG's Spider versus Polaris on the outside. We've seen a lot of cliffside fights going out today, and we do have Spider on the pulse sword. He is going to get parried by Polaris. Polaris is going to switch, send a half-charge R&B, shift a lot of that damage. Spider now busting out the blue fist. It might as well be a purple weapon. 1, 2, 3, enjoying to be coming out. Polaris fading out, forcing out the combo break. Spider keeping up the pressure, doesn't want to fade out, doesn't want the reset, still has his ultimate. Ult's going to be forced out by Polaris. Spider down to his half health, has his ultimate, gonna take to the skies. Can Polaris find his ultimate?
Now Spider is gonna be caught by range shots, and he's gonna get one heal off for the white health, but of course Polaris is looking for range shots from over 30 meters away, over 40 meters away. Spider getting full armor coming from this point. This is a full reset. Spider puts himself into position towards the Hall of Military, but of course there's Arano coming through with that gold fan, gold armor, F1 to reinitiate into the post up, and there's a 1.0 blue throwing in opposite direction. Spider looks to kite around. Zeldin in this vicinity towards the Sword Tomb. He's gonna be going ahead and hopefully to invest his time into the fight. Mike takes fights against Star, though, on the opposite complete field. Now, the Dazzle comes through, not going to cause a little bit of CC control, but Mike was a little bit unsure whether that blue focus was going to strike, but there's going to be Star hitting a blue armor swap. 1.0 berries. There is going through with the LMBs. Mike gets a parry. The sap hit confirms the kill. Mike at 6 eliminations, 46,000 Dark Tide coins. He can head to a shop right now and look to conserve it for any sort of Jades of his liking, if they are available.
Vintage Mike is back, sir. He's just finding the parries nonstop, and with that sap, every opponent is just getting instantly deleted after he gets successful parry. Man, last hit situations, Mike's been turning around, and that's just the power of the sap and this current meta. We're just full circle going back to 2023 meta. A lot of crossing, a lot of focus attacks, and parry is coming back. Spider on the Hottie. Going to try to ice off this, but the double Liam showing up, putting a ton of pressure onto Spider. He's only at 70% for his ultimate. Going to get knocked down onto the stairs, trying to get out of here, looking for his scare watch, but the bounty's on top of him. Everyone's descending upon him. It looks time is ticking for WBG Spider. Burn is going to be on top of him. What can he do? A little bit of movement there, now able to clip onto the ceiling, but he is going to be able to get out top. He's going to go in his zone, try to deny this kill. He can't make it out, and EWG Zorano is going to pick up the kill.
Polaris finds a soul movement just in time. The Romanian depletion got rid of, and Polaris now makes his way to the underground and try to kite through this. Mike is right there waiting, repairing that cannon, getting the Rupture Gale off as often as possible if he needs to get the burn proc set, like just what we saw with Spider. He got hit with the burn, and it really put him in a deficit in the spot. Polaris takes the time to reset. 12 grapples to his name. He's going to have 2 vitalities now, 6 armor powders. Arano making sure if he can go ahead and kite towards Mike and just trying to burn out, chip some damage. But Asira can take as much time that's needed, and especially considering that if the lobby takes the opportunity right now, there are 4 players left. If they can take care of the Syra right now, this is going to be a less stress on their mind when it comes down to the familiar fights, because Syra, this is her first time making it through as strong as she is right now into the MVPO. Taking endgame fights with her is showcasing a little bit more troublesome. Mike finds himself to get caught by R&B, but there's going to be the 80% movement here, and starting in 5 seconds, it's going to be starting the drops, and the players are immediately disengaging from this area and still keeping the focus onto Mike.
Mike still has his ultimate though, and when Syra pops that ultimate, she does get a free reset, just like a super buff zipping. We've seen Mike in this situation before on his zipping. Can he do it on Syra? Half charging coming out on Toronto, fading him out, but Zelsic on Matari gonna force out Mike on with his ultimate. He is gonna trade out with Arano, try to force out his ultimate. Arano trying to get out of here, trying to line of sight, but the beams are coming out, the stagger's coming out. He might have fall right now. The target switch is gonna come out, Mortal Defiance is proc, and Arano will fall to Mike.
Mike takes that Soul Bloom. He get caught by the R&B. The F1 comes out. This is an investment for the skill. Zeldinch is going to look to loot up as fast as possible. We know this is going to be a chance for him to get the gold armor, and he's going ahead and resetting it. Polaris making sure he can put himself in the vicinity of this. This is huge. There's the R&B release. There's the blue focus. Maybe for a 1-2-3. There's the clink. Mike looks to try to horizontal release here, but he's got no armor and has no ultimate. He's at 50% for the rage bar. And for Mike, his combo breaker's back up, so he takes the time. He's spacing out. He's getting the heal off. He's got 4 vitalities, 7 armor powders, and he's going to try to turn that through, but it looks like Polaris realize what's exactly coming out of this. If he wants to force this fight, making sure that he can try to get out of it, he's going to see about Zeldinch taking the initiation first, and in his stead, might be even looking for a Yorn considering his ultimate. And he finds a parry. That's the second Vajra's Grip to be procced by Mike, and now he is going to be throwing any other blues, and he gets parried, it's going to be a kill confirmed.
Mike down to his last life. He's going to get a parry right now, but the gold combo break is going to stop him from the 7. Zelsic is going to pick up the kill. Mike eliminate with 7 kills. Zelsic with 5 versus Polaris. Last 2 left alive. 1-2's going to come out for Polaris, but Zelsic does have his ultimate. Is going to be looking for the F, dashes through, not going to be able to land it. Zelsic fading into zone. Will he be able to get a reset? Grapple's going to be coming in. Zelsic backing off, looking for a reset. He does have advanced heal. It looks like we're going to get a full fair reset versus these 2 players. He does have his ultimate up, dashing through. Is he going to be porting in? Polaris out of line of sight, binding his time, waiting this out. Both at full health, though. Who's going to take it, Serve?
Scary position right here. Finds the F2, finds the uppercut, burns the F1, gets caught into the zone. That bow shot was almost confirmed from Polaris, but he is at half armor. He takes a reset. He's going to look for the bow shot. Again and again, the chip damage comes out. The cannon shot is going to be confirmed for a little bit of a strike damage, but Zeldinch looks to parry. Early onset, might be caught by the 1-2, no 3. Making sure that Polaris can look for the chip damage. He goes for the grapple cancel just in case. F2 is available back up. There's going to be an R&B release from Zeldinch, but the terrain is going to grief him. This could work in his benefit. If he finds an LMB to uppercut, this could be an extension past this point.
Zelsic keeping this going. No armor to his name. He is going to get parried, though. Big damage going to come from Polaris, and it is going to delete him. The nunchuck damage, just too much to deal with. But for the first time, Serve, Matari having a great day on Perdora. We thought she was fading out the meta, but again, Zelsic showing everyone on the world stage that his picks still
Viable.
really good, viable.
Now Mike takes his second MVP so far today, and earning himself into the spot with the 7 kill eliminations that he did. Now, of course, Zeldinch had second place with 5 eliminations coming through, but Mike had more eliminations coming out from this point. Now,
right, but going to the game 5, championship round for the day. This is what is going to make and break your day. Mike versus Burst. Burst going to get frozen by the frozen butterfly. He is going to fall already. It looks like Mike is able to get the kill, and now Tryhard versus Mike. The best of CN versus the best of NA. Mike is going to get a nice, big, deep fire onto Tryhard. Tryhard looking for the parry, not able to get it. Back-to-back parries. Combo work going to be coming out. Mike closing the distance is going to look to secure the kill, but Tryhard has something waiting for him. Hits him with the armory, and Mike will secure the kill onto Tryhard. Off spawn, Mike with 2.
Mike taking 2 kills, having his ultimate ready for the next fight. Of course, if Pace looks to try to go for this, Polaris towards the Ballista Tower has to take fights within instead. He's dual blades. The F2's down here for Pace. Are looking to try to see about whether or not he's going to be using it in the moment. But Polaris's F is down. The Combo Breaker is out of the count. Trench is a little bit dangerous. We got the Ballista Tower on standby. You got Pace looking to try to go ahead. The F2 comes out. Beast looks for the kill steal. He's going to succeed in doing so. The R&B's comes out from Pace, and he's trying to look for the staggers with the horizontal hold check from Misu. Using the horizontal release himself, Pace will get the knockdown. And now the fight ends up in the ravine. The Dragon Slayer is confirmed. The Nejaz doesn't come out, but that Auric Sword comes through. Pace finds his first elimination off of Misu, and T225 takes the chase down.
Clean closeout from Pace now. 225 coming in, sees the ultimate being used. Pace, no armor to his name, looks for the cross, gets a nice stagger onto 225. 225 had the jump, but now into even. He's going to get a stagger off. Nice ultimate coming out from Pace. Gets a little bit of siphon off, but 225 has his ultimate on deck. Now Pace going to use his last ult charge to get to the pillar. Can he goes without? He ends up going for the max range, going for the back-to-back grapple. Now 225 struggling to keep up for them. Pace trying to make his way, trying to get a scale rush going. 225 not getting any value from his ultimate. He does have a smidge a little bit left. Dagger LMB going to be coming out. 225 looking for the attack. Goes for the drop-down parry, not a back-to-back parries though, and now Taki's coming in with a third party.
Now Taki's going to be looking to try to go ahead for the initiation. Early parry coming out, investing his own combo breaker as T225 disengages here. Pace taking a reset for the armor. It's going to go ahead for the chase down, and he finds T225. His target is right in his face, and he's trying to go for it, but there's going to be enough spacing for T225. 9 grapples to his name, but a lot of scare rushable spots. The rocks, the towers, everything. T225 finds himself for a 10, but he gets caught by the counter grapple. Taki taking the lead here in the chase down, hoping to see whether or not he can get out here. T225 gets a miss input for that scare rush. He gets caught by the clink, and now it's up to whether or not he can hold himself out here for the next couple of seconds. Tiddy Tang is right nearby. He goes to the underground, towards the chamber, towards the cellar, hoping to get some sort of gear. 2 gold troves. This is a miracle. Getting himself an armor swap, even better. But now the targets have closed up to him, and it's only a matter of time for one of them to look for the kill or get it himself to invest himself to go back to the soul altar nearby.
Taki throwing out the focus attacks like hotcakes. Gonna get a nice R&B into the back of 225. 225 and there's last sliver of health. Last hit situation. Taki struggling to get the kill. He is gonna secure the kill. 225 will fall, and Taki's gonna pop the ultimate, get the soul boop, and now Polaris in a tough position. Beams coming out from Taki. Balls throwing out. Taki looking to secure the kill, but the counter to Syra just getting around the corner. The corners. The corner counterplay. He is not going to be able to secure this kill.
Space. The final frontier. Everything comes out for Pace, and he's going to go ahead and get knocked out for the first elimination. Taki make sure he can try to go ahead for the pistol shots, try to get some location. He got it, and now Arano's going to be spotted for himself. Now Taki, he's kind of blue fist blades. He's got common armor and everything. He's looking for an armor swap if he can to try to upgrade it or find some more gear. But Arano has the purple staff and the common armor. Now this is kind of glass cannon-y, right? A little bit of mitigation. A lot of damage to be dealt. And for Arano right then and there, has only 1 baby armor powder, so it's really up to him how he wants to kind of utilize that into the reset or just find more along the way. Star, though, having a gold longsword. This is available for him from the Salvation Podium, being able to clear it out, having 1 kill on the board. He is close towards Zeldin, in terms of the Cinnabar Valley, not too far out from the area of City of Tong, but this is where Star takes his initiation fight against Zeldin.
Star gonna get a stagger onto Zelzich, forcing out the combo break, looking to stagger out. Zelzich gonna pop the ultimate coming out of his F. Star keeping up the pressure though. Just the pressure from Zipping. She's just a tank with her heal changes. Zelzich trying to back off right now with the ultimate, fades away, able to get the stagger on, able to get the freeze onto Star. Doesn't get the uppercut combo though. Does get it again, sending him down. Doesn't get the reset. Star keeping up the pressure. Zelzich tries to use a little bit of cheeky cactus play, not able to get it, but now using his latch dash to max distance, and he does get a little bit of cactus play, does get a heal, but now we are going to get a reset, but not in Star's favor. Now, finally, Zelzich is going to have the offense.
Now, Arano making sure he can put himself into the position. Star having himself to chase down 2 grapples to his name. Has 5 vitality, 4 armor patterns, making sure he can try to keep his supplies into his mindset. Zeldin with 14 grapples, though. Having the necessary spacing right now in the Cinnabar Valley is a key spot for him, especially with those poison shrooms being available onto the ridgeline. Now, Star, he has himself to look to the lockdown with the F and chase down, but meanwhile, Pace taking himself to the common pole sword. A weapon, no grapples, no supplies. My man is at 0-sum game. Right now, it's up to him to find himself a miracle, and that's going to be an armor swap of blue rarity or greater, because Misu with a purple weapon on the Matari has himself to work off of this end. Scare Rush might be unnecessary for Pace, but he can't proc that Stone Form. Not here right now. He gets himself a Clink. F2 invested from Misu. Misu looks to lock down with the uppercut. A little risky play. He gets caught by the army. This common pole sword comes out swinging, and Pace is throwing those blues left and right. There is going to be 1 hit. He's looking for the R&B. The parry comes out. Not going to be the case because Pace needs to make time for himself. He's spacing away from the spot. And if he can find himself an armor swap right now, this is where Misu's like, I'm a little bit of in a spot. He looks up because he knows this is where his target has enough time to reset completely.
Man, Pace with the counter damage. He just absolutely slows down Misu's momentum. And Misu looking a little scared to try to secure the kill. But Star putting on the pressure onto Zelzich, able to secure it with the ranged pistol. Star with the gold longsword, setting up for endgame. Oh my god, he's looking like a juggernaut. We are going to get Pace versus Misu now, but now Misu hesitating at first, not able to keep up the pressure, and Pace getting a full reset now. Back to even. Can Misu find the opening that he wants? Big parry going to be coming out. Combo break is out. Pace again fading away, using the terrain to his advantage. The fan scale rush just frustrating Misu. Misu just wants to secure this kill, but Pace doing a really, really good job of just getting him to chase him around the world.
He's going to go ahead for the blue dagger here for the LMB to the R&B slap. There he goes through. Pace finds initiation for the F2 charge up. It looks like Misu's going to deal enough damage to be at the health advantage, but he finds an armor swap just like that. And there's going to be a spot for the crouch LMB to the R&B. Both of them are slapping. They know exactly what to do here. From Pace, the guest comes out for the setup for the chance for backing off here if he can. He's got 92% on the rage bar right now. So if he finds an armor, which he did, he can wait out for a little bit of time for mitigation and then look and try to proc the ult as long as Misu doesn't catch him in an LMB stagger for the F1 for the 2-on-1. Now Pace gets caught by the 1-2-2, 1-2-3, almost in the case, because Pace looks towards the F2, initiates his ultimate to mitigate that stagger back, and the Matari ultimate being out is going to be something he's going to anticipate. The R&B dashes away. There's another teleport. Misu's playing his safety net, and there's going to be the bind. Oh my goodness. Misu gets caught by the LMB to the R&B. The pitter patter might be coming out for the stanchion. Nice F2, but that second Auric sword comes out here, and as Misu looks for the third one, as he cancels, he gets caught by the horizontal. The soul break isn't clean for it. Pace puts himself in the spot of making sure he can try to reinitiate the fight, but this is reset for part 2 or even part 3, Raven.
Man, Misu and Pace so evenly matched right now. It's going back and forth. Soulberg's going to be coming out, though, from Max. From point blank, the EU Soulberg is going to take it, and Pace will take down Misu. Now going into the realm of Yang, we got WBG's Spider versus 225. 225 will fall to the old school Spider in form. It's not a new era yet, Serve.
Not yet. We're going to have to take a look at the scene by this fight, though. It looks like it's a Rano up against Star. Star making sure he uses ultimate. There it is. R&B doesn't get it. Goes for the slap. Nicely done. Looking for the R&B. Gets caught with the LMB. There's going to be a 2-on-1 right then and there. There's a Rano. Launching it, but the dodge is enough because of the wall. And now Star looks to try to go for the parry as the pitter comes out here. Stanchion strikes might come through Rano, but he is making sure he gets as much stagger damage as possible. We're going to time out here, folks. We got 7 seconds, but one R&B in a dream. That's Star. And he's got himself into that Romeo victory and finds himself the gold weapon and the buff to boot and the Jades to be alongside of that with a jabbing.
I was talking to Frostifus about Star. He's just a one-charge connoisseur. You see the focus attacks coming out left and right, but with the gold longsword, he's going to be throwing out beams that are very, very devastating now coming out of the realm of Yang. Can he find more kills? Remember, Star, he's on zipping as a 6-pick, and he's getting a ton of value off a 6-pick, but Polaris is going to fall to WBG's Spider. Spider keeping up the momentum, already up to 4 kills, 30 points to his name. Temion's going to be coming out. He's looking for a reset. Mike going to jump out of the wall. Not going to let Spider just reset here. Nice R&B going to come out. Light attacks coming in, looking for the scale rush. Spider trying to look for some counter damage right now. He's not going to be able to get it. Mike looks for the focus attack, and out of nowhere, Star is going to get the scale rush and secure the kill.
4 eliminations for Star, getting caught by the R&B. Of course, he gets a parry like that. Back parry into the pistol shot. R&B, oh yeah. Mike is looking for himself here. He's getting the LMB neutral. There's going to be the case for the grapple bump. R&B, guess what, though? We got a third party this time. This is coming from T225 from YZG. It might be a chance for Star to go for that parry, but he goes ahead and backs off completely. And looking for the R&Bs, he's going to go ahead and hold out. He still has ultimate available and just trying to sustain out, gets hit by the strike, and Spider comes out to yoink the kill. And there's going to be whisk throws coming left and right from Mike as he is going to be looking to try to invest as much as he can off of his ultimate, but it's going to be over right here. If Spider gets that whisk throw, and he did, this is going to force Mike into the tower and just trying to kite this one out.
Yeah, Mike going to get scooped up by the sliding uppercut. Mike barely inching away from safety. He's going to make it around the corner, use his gold F to get up, but Hadi ult is out. Can Mike find his way out of here? No, he cannot. 225 is going to secure the kill, and the Soul Bloom getting his Yang depletion cured. 225, nice clutch play coming out, but he's not out yet. No armor to his name. Can he find the reset? Burn damage on him. It doesn't look like anyone knows that 225 is very vulnerable. Nice job by YZG's T225. Now, Frost was telling me inside MVPL going into J Cup, if you died in the realm of Yang, it was very likely you were not going to be able to get cured for your Yang depletion. Everyone waits and hawks for the desperation of these players, but it looks like 225 is going to be able to come out with the clutch.
Big, huge gain coming from this game. And now Arano, 2 minutes on the clock. Oh my goodness, no way. Okay, he got caught in the last whistle, but he was in the corner with his back to the threat of being caught out, and he's able to reset. I can't believe it. Taki, though, takes the chase down. Spider having to scare rush out here and trying to avoid this Syra. Not sure who it is. 7 grapples to his name. Taki will still continue to chase and just trying to catch vision onto the opponents, but Arano is already there, locking in. There's the 1-2s. F1 invested from Spider, gets caught by the uppercut of the tent, saves him from falling to the ground, and now the Whistler comes out to protect himself. The dagger is out for the scare rushes as a short-handle weapon. It is quick and it's active. But there's going to be a strike coming in from Arano to try to go for the grapple stagger. He's got 11, now down to 10. And keeping up with Spider is going to be a task of its own. Gets caught by a soul break for everything coming out. There's the RMB. Spider looks to go for himself and just tries to hold blue as often as possible. Gets into the building. And this could be a turnaround where the players now can take the position against Syra. Because we're at second realm of Yang. That portal is right there above them. If they want to try to see about taking Syra out, that creates the situation that might arise from her being able to survive out.
Morano, 1 minute left. The time is ticking. He needs to find a soul bloom right now. He's forced to pop his ultimate, but again, the 1 counter to Syra. Can you scale rush? Can you get around a corner? Verticality, horizontal, scale rush gets you out of line of sight so you can get that chain stagger, but Taki is going to walk into an ulted Syra. Taki, though, wants to lurk for this kill, wants to commit for this ulted Syra, but Arano down to 40 seconds. It's looking dire for him. He is going to get a half charge on the star, but zipping with the long sword, putting on the pressure. Arano comes out into a crowd. He comes out the door. There's just 4 people all holding bull in front of him. Arano now just getting beat up outside the building. He wants to go back in, but he's not able to. TE Star is going to find the kill.
5 kill elimination for Star, but he is at a spot. He finds the soul bloom from the body. A miracle and a half, and finds himself the Popple. Has F1 for the boosted healing. So now Star has full, scale coverage in terms of his area. He's got the connection, and now he's inside the realm of Yang just like that. Having Jabbing on his side. He doesn't have the staff. Gold Katana on standby too. Polaris having it going through on the other side. Staff himself with purple rarity as well as the purple armor. If I'm not mistaken, having a gold weapon on his hand, where I think is a pulse. We'll have to double check and see if he still has that. But the pistol shots come out. The roaming fight begins, and now it's going to be a ball versus Zippy.
Securing the opener. Star gets a little bit of poke damage up. Doesn't want to hard commit right now. Trying to use the scale rush to find a nice opening on a Polaris. Polaris delaying the double charge. Clanking out the focus scale rush from Star, but Star not biting, not forcing it, gets the stagger initially, looks for the scale rush again, but Polaris is not going to be flinching. He does get the half charge, going to send the 1 charge. Star's not able to get the F parry into it. Is going to throw the 1 charge, nice charge Polaris, able to get an uppercut counter against the wall. 2-1-1. Star under a ton of pressure now, forced to ultimate. Polaris has him against the ropes. Can he secure the kill?
We got 1 minute left on the clock here. Star's going to have the ultimate to proc off the heal over time with the increased healing. Now he finds an R&B after that scare rush of blue focus. Beautifully done. But Star has himself to work himself out and not getting caught by neutral into the second half of his health bar going down. As Star looks for the scare rush, he finds an R&B again this time, though. It might be a chance for that Voldo to come out. There it is. Going to be a look for a scare rush. Polaris will look to the initiation for the uppercut. There it is. Goes for the 2-on-1. Goes for spear throw. That's nice chip damage. LMB to uppercut. Looks for a 2-on-1 with a nope. He's going for a weapon swap with that pole sword I mentioned. And it's the old classic combo swap. And he's getting his second realm Yang victory because of that.
Polaris showing up big for the global scene. I was saying, my man is still going to Yang, still slugging it out, and he's going to find the kill onto Star. Volta versus Zipping. Now, normally I would say Zipping is a kind of a questionable pick going into Yang. Your ultimate doesn't really supply you with that offensive capability. We're seeing that nice combo execution with the Volta Spears coming out. On Zipping, you really have to absolutely crush within your neutral. Now, nunchucks, we're seeing today, Serve, surprisingly, a lot of players favoring nunchucks. Now, normally, leading up into J Cup, we saw a ton of fist blades, and surprisingly, I haven't seen a ton of fist blades today.
Yeah, fist blades were only used for one thing I remember, and that's just kiting away in the Sword Tomb last round. But more importantly, coming through from that Realm Yang, something that Polaris has is going to be a stanchion Sky Pillar and a Velocity Untold. And you talked about nunchucks. Seeing nunchucks being utilized as often as it is nowadays is maybe looking to try to go ahead for the beta for the Horde Horizontal. And there is going to be another Velocity on the board, this time from Pace, up against Spider here, who has just lost half his gold armor. Now for Pace, this is easy come up, but there's a 1.0 blue focus. Polaris. And a sap chain reveal from Spider. So now it's up to Pace to recognize the fact of that matter. There's another Velocity 1.0 charge release, and we're looking for another 2.0. Spider is spacing himself away from this, but then when he finds himself in point-blank range, there's a mix-up, and there's the F1. Spider still has ultimate. He still has himself the saving grace, but Pace looks to take the aggression and procs as a result.
No parry coming out of Spider. I'm definitely seeing a change in Spider's gameplay. Really, I would say Spider was a pretty heavy parrier in the past, but Pace mixing him up with the velocity build I spoke too soon. He is going to get cooked up with that Tenny Wisp, but Spider is going to take down Pace. I spoke too soon. The fade away, the damage is coming now, and now Polaris showing up, Buff Party showing up, and Respect. A little bit of a fist bump. Hey, you got buff, I got buff. You know what? That's my bad. We're going to go look for someone else.
Yeah, this is going to be like a zero. This is all the heal off that comes out here. Star looks for himself, though, on the Romaine depletion, unfortunately. Has a lot of legendary armor, right? So he's got the mitigation for this. It's just taking the fight against someone with, you know, not into the case scenario that he may understand what it is, but it's most likely the opponent that he just lost to. And there's going to be that LMB. There's a 2-1-1. Yes, it is. Vertical coming through here, but it's going to be missed because it's terrain, and now Star has a little bit more time here. Now he switches to longsword, having himself to kind of look around for a little bit of a heal time. He's got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, and as he's kind of standing out here and trying to get the heals off, this is going to be where Polaris looks for the flank. Now Polaris looking healthy, healthy like an ox. 20 grapples, 4 vitality, 10 armor powder. This is Primo's time for him to have those supplies, and especially considering that when he's a Valda, the insurance policy is that he has that V2 on standby. If he finds himself to use it after using his combo breaker, that's just because he got out pressured to all high hell. And for Spider, this will be a perfect position for him to just look for eliminations along the strike, because he is up to 7, and that's 3 opponents for him to look out for. And Mortal Defiance Jade, he's got my favorite Jade in the game, Starfall somehow, and now it's going to be a chance of whether or not he's going to be able to utilize with the Overcomer that he also has in hand.
And Spider's looking like an absolute unit today. 7 kills on an off pick. His Temi, 34.1. 225 still alive. 4 kills, still a really, really strong game. Star, Yang depletion up. 5 kills on the zipping. It's going to be really tough for him going into a Valda, Temi, and Hadi. He's going to have to get very, very aggressive. 1 minute and 50 seconds. He needs to make moves right now if he hopes to cure this Yang depletion. And this is a trend that we've been seeing. A lot of times when the Yang depletion does come out, they bind their time. They kind of wait to not really reveal the card that they're very, very desperate. Because I was saying earlier, Frostman says that if you go into Yang and you do have Yang depletion, a lot of the time the lobby will wait for you. There's no reason to overcommit because you have to make the move. And a lot of the times people will just wait for that last hit for zone. Star making a move ready. We got 1:20 though, and he's making a move on Spider.
He's got a minute going through here, hoping to see him in the minute 13 he's got left, and there's going to be the F1 to hopefully live out here for a couple of seconds. Parry! And just like that, we steal your weapon. And he finds an R&B release right onto the face of danger. The ultimate comes out from Temi, and then Star kind of putting the pressure through. He can't get out of this without the risk of getting caught by the whisk throw. He gets clinked, he gets whisked. This might be a chance for TT5 to look for the yoink here. 55 seconds left for Star. He's looking to try to go ahead for the lockdown here. He's got V1, he's throwing out the F1. He's still holding off here for that sedate soul in case he needs to kind of utilize that. But Spider, man, skill combo breaker is back up. But his ultimate being down, this is going to force the lobby to try to chase him through. And Polaris finds that nice crease with the Brandoro. And hopefully whether or not Spider finds himself after this point, he's getting the high ground, and he's creating so much space in the small amount of buildings that he is going ahead and is keeping them on their toes. With Star, though, we're under 27 seconds.
Yeah, one part of Spider's game that is so good is his disengage game. I spoke too soon. As I said, a little bit of a cancel curse. Spider is going to get a caught. All of his armor stripped in one combo, and you see just how fierce the multi-way goes. Everyone target fires very, very well. Spider still, though, finding some space, finding some room to pop heals over and over. He is going to get the nice parry, but surrounded, back-to-back parries. Wait a second. Now Spider back with some health, with that sap. Combo break's going to be coming out, but he's looking healthy, and he's fighting back.
No one got the elimination on Star. No one got last hit confirmation on him in period. And now Spider has himself to look to be at nearly fully armored. Now he's going to be allowed a full armor reset. Finds the gear. 7 eliminations still to this point. 70% on the rage bar. Looting up the body of Star as it comes through. Polaris, though, 2 eliminations here. Still into the top 3 into the board as playing as the Valda. The other opponent being TT25 on the Hottie, going straight to the Mystic Might Spear Rail and trying to claim it out. And as it comes through here, this is going to be huge for Hottie. The mitigation necessary for this as it procs out. Finds a gold bow. That's really essential when it comes down to its TT25. This man is a connoisseur of making sure those range shots are quick and easy and dirty, especially when coming out from catching a hit off of something caught into uppercuts. But if it comes down, TT25 will make the pressure onto these opponents if it comes down with his ultimate.
3 people left. WBG Spider at 7 kills. Polaris trying to stay alive. Valda normally wins at the heal-off situation, but it doesn't look like we're even going to get remotely close right now. Surrounded on both sides. 225 going to come in with the Rampage, shredding Polaris' armor. Polaris forced to pop the ultimate now. Will he be able to get a heal-off? 225 on the outside. Gonna just wait this out. Doesn't want to risk taking a ton of damage. Polaris is going to get a full health reset. He does have a lot of building to work with to scale rush over and over. Will Spider force the issue? Or will he just wait out? Now, Spider is going to be clanking out with 225. 225 looking for the Valda with Tuna again. Polaris fine. He goes for the Tuna Fairy. Not able to get it. Overall's going to be coming out. Combo break comes out. Both of them back-to-back parries. Polaris with the double hold, the deep fry. But he is surrounded by 225 and Spider. Tough break from him.
No shot. That's a whistle coming from Spider as it hits Polaris on the wall. Quick for the bow shot. TT25 could have yoinked. Double parry coming from Polaris and finds the sap hit to get the reset on his white health. Now, this is a heal off. He's got advanced heal, right? He's got himself to worry about the Moonbane and finds a time to burn the Tuna. And TT25 takes the initiation, hears it, looks for it, and he finds him in the rooftop. This is going to be a chance for them to drop down and try to use those windowsills as often as they can, but this Moonbane is so risky right now. Polaris needs to get at least one more heal to get that max armor. One blue focus hit. No 1, 2, 3. He delayed it. I was feeling it. Polaris, though, makes sure to space through, finds perfect RMBs in his spot, but it's only a matter of time before someone realizes the pattern of a prediction, and they go ahead for a react parry.
Wow, against all odds, Polaris has found the reset. Spider and 225 desperately trying to force him down, but the Moonbane and playing this building perfectly. Polaris is going to be completely healed. Now 225 is going to go in. He is going to get sapped. Damage is going to be coming out, but man, 225 really tanky. Not taking a ton of damage from that. Polaris is going to keep up the pressure. Man, every single decision, Polaris is just absolutely dicing them in the 2v1 situation, but I spoke a little bit too soon. Polaris now back under a ton of pressure. No armor to his name. Spider gonna get staggered. Armor swap gonna come out, and we got the second ultimate coming out from Polaris.
Polaris making sure he can invest that Temple, and it comes out. Polaris looks for the spear, doesn't get the hit for the Valdepoyo, but almost gets caught by the Whisk Throw. Now Polaris has to really worry about the spot. There is the Whisk Throw for number 1. There's the Whisk Throw for number 2. There's gonna be the Whisk Throw for number 3. Spider looking for 4. We're throwing the cube up here because there's an R&B release. Spider gets the last hit confirmation. He is up to 9 or 8, potentially 9. TT25 still has, there's the R&B release. The 1, 2, the 3 cancel, but it gets caught by the neutral. TT25 rampage into the back dodge. Might be a chance for Spider. Maybe looking for the hits, but TT25 procs. That armor over there is empty as it comes through towards that spear wall, and TT25 had to use it against Polaris earlier. This fight is going to be a kite around here, and one level 3 swing. TT25 waits for that rollout, waits for the stamina expenditure, and this is going to be where TT25 just looks for that pressure for the final minutes in this match.
Spider looking to put on the moves on a 225. That rampage dodge was insane. 225 down to his last leg. Spider doesn't go for the reset. He does put on the pressure, but 225 does get one heal off. Rampage is going to come out. This time connecting on the Spider. Half charge is going to come out. Combo break is going to be invested. 225 is going to get parried. And Spider with a sap, with a 9-kill game, is going to secure this win on Holleroth.
Crazy match. I think she's got the highest kill count so far today, and on top of that, taking in that multiplier. This puts Spider, he's like, I'm pretty good that game. He is first place. So this keeps him higher on that mountaintop. The hill is only going to be harder to climb from there, but at least there's one stacked player, and it's going to be the summer 2024 NBL champion this past season.
Now Spider looking really good. It's going to be locking horns off spawn. And like I was saying, Mike, Spider, Firefly location out here. It looks like Star is going to go in, has a weapon first. Mike going to throw hands, throw the slap up. A Star keeping up the pressure. Dual Blades, one of the best weapons to smother your opponent, not allow them to get away. Mike struggling to find an armor. Going to tap dodge parry, throws the one charge, throws the follow-up. But Star, unfazed by this, looking for the cannon shot. Mike looking for the armor friend. He's not going to be able to find it, but Dice Camera's going to come out buying some time right now. Looks into the other building. Can't find the armor. Star is going to find the kill off spawn.
Unfortunate, but Star gets himself almost caught to the range of that 1-2-3. Now, of course, his Spider puts himself to the spot. There's the R&B to try to push back. Star finding himself getting chip damage left and right. Jump LMVs back and forth. Mike, salty res spawn back. Man went straight north. He did not want to take any chances because he knows there's trolls available over here, considering how fast he went to the engagement fight. But, of course, since Spider is into the vicinity of that, he can head up north for easily access, for knowing himself that there's possibly gear in that direction, and he's going to find a surprise there if Hadi hasn't been able to pick up any greater armor, and for Mike to get himself into that name set.
What a crazy drop-off on points. Spider at 40, 225, and Mike at 23. But we're going to get Pace versus Serrano flat ground. Look for the half-charge down. He's going to bait out the parry. Balda combo break going to come out. Not going to be able to connect with the bubbles. Serrano going to go for a ride. Pace with the Raw Dragon. Going to get the upper. Does he get the follow-up? He does time it perfectly. 2-1-1's going to come out. And EWG Serrano is going to fall.
That's an immense 2-1-1 coming up from Pace. And especially this, considering that Tryhard is trying to range shot him from a mile away, but he does not shy away from this fight. This is going to be a bow shot coming through here. Tryhard making sure he can look for the whole R&B. He gets a release. Pace thinking that the hook wins was going to come out, goes straight into the face of the R&B. Block Extreme comes out here. Pace gets that meter dump, but Tryhard investing the F2. Now Pace has 90% on the rage bar. All he needs to do is mitigate a little bit more. Finds a horizontal release, goes for slap. Is going to go ahead and try to guarantee another horizontal here again. There's the ultimate cast coming in from Tryhard. Trying to close gap. Pace goes straight towards another armor that's going to be on standby. If he has one, there's going to be the ultimate proxy to deny that stagger back. And there's going to be a spot for Tryhard to get a heal off while Pace gets to reset himself.
Pace neutralizing the second dash, realizing that Tryhard's going to close the distance. Nice job from him. He's going to cancel with 60%. Tough break. Hadi nerf not going to allow as much ultimate charge. I miss you on this is Sheena. Taking Polaris for a ride. Gets the follow-up. Gets the kill. Polaris will fall to Miss You. Now Miss You has to be feeling good. Getting that, finally, that off spawn. Now back to Tryhard and Pace. Big parry going to come out. No ult zone coming out. Pure neutral. Tap dodge cross coming out from Pace. Tryhard denying the cross, frying it. Focus attacks coming out. Pace combo breaks going to come out. Is going to get staggered. Tryhard taking him for a ride. 2-1-1's coming out. And Tryhard on the board off spawn.
One elimination going through here. Fumio Taki still arriving from this point. Remember, he spawned a console courtyard. He went for Fireflies. No one else took the contest of the area. Now it's up to Tryhard and Taki. Purple Hong Sword and Taki's, or Purple Dual Blades, I should say, in his vicinity. Now, as Taki goes ahead and goes for the R&Bs, he's holding the LMBs, looking for a pistol shot, looking for quick chip damage. Finds an armor release, parries on both sides. LMB gets confirmed, and Taki sees the F2 being burned here. He looks for the staggers if he can. R&B hold check not going to come out here. There's a fist plane. 1-2 F1 investment from Taki. No combo breaker, but there's a blue focus release. Now we're a little bit more, uneasy, but the R&B release. Taki finding elimination, 1 kill, and Verse is looking to try to go ahead and clean up shot because once this Forbidden Seal is active, anyone in the vicinity of the map can see where the blue bubble is.
Taki with the no mix-up, back-to-back focus attacks is going to take down Tryhard. Now Mike down in the last leg. Sliver of hell is TE Star trying to finish off Mike again. Star is going to take the reset, letting the Hadi get away, but he will be chasing you down. Has to be careful right here. A lot of Fireflies in this vicinity. Now, generally, this location is hawked for the Fireflies, but Mike does find one of them and now has a second ultimate. Star has his ult up. Mike going to be fading out, looking for a better opening right now. It does come back, gets the stagger. 1, 2, ult 3, standard, get out. Is going to dodge that first spear. Double charge cancel. Coming in with the 1 charge. Star is going to miss the spear. Nice parry going to come out. Mike takes a ton of damage from the single hit parry from the fist blades. Now Mike is going to get the nice armor reset. Back to even. Can Star secure the kill onto Mike? Big focus attack going to be coming out. Parry's coming out from Star. A little bit of a slip up. Now Star against the ropes. A little bit of movement error as well. 1, 2, 3 coming out. Armor reset though.
Big chances here for that 3. Might be looking for the F2 to be invested into the V2. Being able to pick up the Firefly. Star finds a blue armor just like that. He's on full reset capabilities right now. Mike taking the time to heal up the white health. Has himself to look for the chase down into the servant's ground. 16 grapples to his name. All he needs is 1 stagger in a dream for Mike. Looking to go ahead on top of the rooftop. Dodges the V2 Valda Spear. Making sure the crossbow hits can go off. This man's looking like an FPS gamer. Making sure that parry is clean for it. The F2 is now invested. No more combo breaker. And Star at a point of being the lead on HP is at his lowest. There's going to be 2 R&Bs thrown out here. Mike goes for the jump LMB into the R&B. The zone take damage comes out strong and gives Mike the elimination for number 1 to this round.
Mike is going to get his get back. Take down Star. Really, really great matchup right there. Back-to-back ultimates. Both Mike showing why he's the go. Now Taki down to the last sliver of health. Eldritch on the Akos, looking for this last sliver. Nice ball coming out from Taki. Gonna throw him out, get a little bit of space, but Stagger's gonna come out from Zelda. Jumping LB's gonna come out. Taki fighting his way out of this, but not with that sliver of health. Zelcic is going to be able to secure the kill, and Arano's going to back off. Zelcic picking the pieces off, the leftovers from poor fallen Taki. Now going over to YZG's T225 onto Spider, waiting for this Realm of Yang. Man, 10 people still alive, 11 still people alive going into this first Realm of Yang. A lot slower going into the last game of the day.
Yeah, the aggression being at a standstill, completely unaware of whether or not they're going to be able to go to this Realm of Yang, as Spider and T25 taking fights. So Spider having ultimate still available, I don't think he's going to be having enough time here. T25 might want to commit to this kill, but like we said, Siren, if Siren ain't going down now, there's T25 disengaging completely. He loses that Realm of Yang pass. He finds an armor slot, and he wants to take the reinitiated fight. He finds an RB to the face. He still has one last Oryx sword to come out here, and now Spider tap dodges to victory into the Realm of Yang. His opponent's going to be versed. Now Spider has purple armor and purple nunnies. No specialty Jade so far, but he's looking to take this fight up against an opponent that is a Sire as well. As we stated, she is possibly taking these fights going through, and the startup is going to go into the sky as Spider takes it against Verse.
New school versus old school. A lot of people don't know this, but Verse has been close to Mike and Spider in multiple big events. These guys evenly matched with slight edge going to Spider. Spider's going to take a little bit of damage on the opener. First focus attack is going to go in the favor of Verse. Now he flies through. The no-look focus attack is going to get a fade away. Nice stagger coming out from Verse. Posturing now. Both these guys looking evenly matched. Life attacks on the outside. One, hold two. But Verse repeats the same thing on the Spider with the fade away take back. Spider going for a ride. Jumping LB's coming out. Spider has to pop his ultimate. Both of them popping the ultimate. Who's going to take it?
Light beams coming left and right. The Dazzles are going to be trying to go for the force box, but they can't do anything, so they're going to self-heal across this pillar. As Spider looks to try to heal up here, there's going to be another 5 seconds left before the ultimates disengage. They're going to have to go right back into the ground combat, but there's Verse reinitiating himself into the lead as he was the second one to ultimate. Gets a Dazzle into a beam, into a cannon shot for that hit. The Rupture Gale is going to proc slowly, but then again, if the immune to Dazzle comes out here, that means he's not going to be able to go through for it. RMB is going to be spanned out here. Verse making sure he can go through and making LMB horizontal block his way, and there it is. The second one, this time for Spider, goes for a meter dump. It's an uppercut. 2-1-1 confirmed. And his Verse goes ahead and loses all of his armor and is at near half health. One cannon shot from Spider, one cannon shot from Verse. Back and forth, the range shots are going to be looking to try to clutch up with a 2-1-1 if he can, but Verse gets parried, loses the Realm of Yang fight, and giving Spider that elimination.
Vintage Spider clutching it up. We haven't seen a lot of parries from Spider, but that's what I'm saying about Spider's gameplay. It's more well-rounded than it's ever been. He's doing what's necessary to win this round, and he's not slowing down at all. He's an absolute menace, a freight train of frags. He's already up to 41.4, 2 frags to his name. Now going over to Verse, Yang depletion, 4 minutes. Going to be going against Polaris on the Matari. Nice stagger going to be coming out, gets a little bit of value off the charge up of his dash through. Now no combo break coming up. Polaris is going to get the uppercut combo. Doesn't get the deep fry though. A little bit of terrain grief. Verse trying to find some space, trying to lead him to a trap, sitting on the door corner, looking for the focus attack, fades away, goes through. The Polaris not going to bite, is going to get an uppercut combo. Now Verse against the ropes. Can he find his way out of this?
Big chances here for Verse to not invest his F1, and he's doing good work against it. LMB is forcing the V2 Matari. Unfortunately, the teleport into the F2. He used Dazzle, preemptive, into ultimate, and it's going to look for the chase down. But like we said, oh my goodness, I back what I just said, because Polaris has got caught to the Dazzle, and that might be a point where Verse is in the lead right now. Polaris looks to kite around the building, can get one heal off. If Verse can hit a sightline Dazzle, this will be a problem. But Polaris finds himself to get hit. A cannon shot's confirmed. Goes for LMB. Uppercut. 1, 2. Scare rush into the RMB because of the terrain, and he finds the RMB. This time, Sobel picked up one elimination for Verse and gets rid of that confusion.
Well played by Verse. Just has the stamina, keeps up the pressure, keeps up the good spacing, and he's able to outlast the Matari of Polaris. Now moving over to the building, we got Mike already engaging on the ult. 4 people involved. Mike trying to secure the kill right now. Has a buff. 55 seconds on the Tiger. Both Rano trying to get away. Down to his last hit. Pays hot on his heels. Spider as well. You got a wild Spider, a Mike, a Pace on your back. Can Arano find a reset right now? He's down to just a sliver of health, moving his way, bobbing, weaving. He's trying to look for the armor reset, does find it. Mike desperately trying to get this last hit, but Arano's able to get that blue armor, is going to get a little bit of save. Can he have the same success that Polaris did against 225 and Spider?
Taking the time to heal on one of the ceiling tops in the Sigma Mine. But we have to see what's going to go through here against Misu against T25. There's going to be the Scale Rush, there's going to be the Stone Form, I should say. And if everything comes out from Misu, double dodge, roll into Auric Sword, free horizontal release. Let's go. But here's the problem. We got one more Auric Sword to worry about. T25 looking to try to invest it very carefully, but he finds a full blue armor swap. This means he can go straight in. The Auric Sword comes out, and the blue focus horizontal from Misu forces his combo breaker to use the cancellation of his ultimate. Finds himself in a spot where he could look for neutral, but he gets caught by the blue focus vertical, holds horizontal again. Pistol shot comes out. Chip damages was all is needed for T25 here. If he can try to go for a one-hit stagger, there's a Scare Rush confirmed, LMB. Misu goes down with one elimination, 2 kills so far for T25, finding himself at the Romy Yang as well, and picking up his second elimination.
225 makes Misu kiss his feet. That max range R&B comes out of nowhere. It has just a little bit of that wind hitbox. Misu tries to dodge out, tries to outrange 225 to get a little bit of composure, but 225 calls him out, says, "Where you going, sucker?" Hits him with that max range R&B and takes down Misu. Now going in the realm of Yang, Polaris versus Mike. I gotta respect Polaris. He's just in there duking it out with the juggernauts of Naraka. Mike on the hottie, gonna get the overhold through, gonna get a nice focus attack through with the Jade. Polaris down to his last sliver. He's going to dash to force out the combo break from Mike. Mike still has ultimate. It's going to get staggered up. Big comeback coming out from Polaris. Now Mike has disadvantage. Matari does do very, very well. We'll have to see how Polaris is going to show us with his teleports versus Mike.
Now, Chase scenario is that he still has a teleport ready for the V2, not the F2, and if he decides to go for a teleport R&B, level 3 swipe. I was just about to say it happened. This is where Polaris is going to eat up a lot of damage as a result of that. There's the F2 across the sidelines, but all Mike needs to do is look for one play for an R&B or an F2 kill. I can't believe I just witnessed an F2 kill. That thing does negative damage, essentially, but if you're low enough, it counts. And Mike's is waiting out the Romy Yang. He hits the frame one's enter going through against Pace. Now this is going to be gold halberds that he picked up. He's got an explosive armor in that Benthic that we saw recently. He's got Nunnies on standby at purple rarity. He's got blue dagger onto that point. Now for this side, we are going to see a chance of seeing that gold katana in action, but the bow is going to be what Pace is going to be looking all about into this Romy Yang fight.
Opening up with a crossbear, spicy. Combo work going to be already forced out for Pace. Now he's going for a ride, dazzled up by the dual halberds. Jade's focus attack is going to be coming out from Mike, making it look easy. Just back-to-back reads, a 3-piece for Pace, and he is going to fall. Now we're going to get Verse versus 225. Syra, will she continue her dominance? We haven't seen a Liam versus Syra yet today.
Yeah, we haven't seen it come through yet. First, though, takes his ultimate first very early on, forcing T25 in the spot of getting a lot of HP to chunk down before his ultimate star comes out. He can't use his ultimate offensively, but he can use it defensively. But he knows the duration of the Syra is very short, so he uses one Auric Sword to teleport the space out, gets caught almost by the dazzle, and looking for the cannon shots versus going to go ahead and kite around here, gets caught by almost at the second Auric Sword, and he still finds himself in the face of danger. T25 gets caught by the uppercut, the F1 invested, and there's going to be a Scare Rush for Saggers, but he gets caught instead. The cannon shots back and forth from Verse has been working phenomenally this round, and this is going to be where Verse gets his victory in Romy Yang. This is gold armor, folks. This is something that gives him a lot more pressure into the endgame circle. He gets a Mortal Defiance, a purple pulse or gold pulse sword, purple fist blades, and a velocity untold Jade, and he is going to have a good time when it comes down to finding those gold nutties.
Verse doing the laundry today, just looking super clean versus 225. Man, that trap for the Scale Rush. Super precise timing and spacing. He's able to trap 225, thinking he can sneak in that Scale Rush, even though he comes from the blind spot, not able to find it. Instead, just gets taken down immediately. Now we're getting OUG's Mike chasing down his rival Spider on the other side, but 225 coming out inside the realm. He does have 5 minutes to work with. He is going to find an Arano. There's nothing wrong with actually, we haven't seen Arano at all. This building, not one of the ideal locations to chase someone down, but 225 has to make something happen here. Armor stripped from his name. Dagger versus Katana. Tough matchup from him. Parry's going to be coming out. Gold combo breaks him out. Arano trying to close the distance. 225 desperately trying to find an armor swap. Blue armor's going to come up, and we're going to get a nice reset versus Arano.
The Saggers are clean for it, but T25 gets himself almost getting caught by a slap. T25 finds the armor swap for the common rarity, and the vertical Katana comes out. And of course, if anything comes out for the F2, it's going to be caught out with the V1. And T25 looks to close gap with the 2-1-1 in the corner, but that V2 is clean for the Auric Sword, taking a full field of effect, and a free spear comes out. Soul break may not be confirmed, but the F1 F1 repositions him right towards his opponent. T225 hiding around, gets caught by that hit. An assassin's lunge and a jump R&B gives Arano the kill, and that's going to be his soul to be able to pick up and knocking out the Liam in the lobby.
225 a little bit hasty with the chase down, overcommits, and Arano punishes him for it. Now we still have Verse, Tryhard, Spider, Mike, Juggernauts of fighting inside Celestia, all probing for some weakness, trying to get some chip damage in. We got 7 left alive. Last game of the day. The kills over the board, pretty even. Everyone's up to 2 to 3 kills. Arano in the center, in the thick of things. Pace has 2 minutes, 35 seconds. Needs to find the reset. He does have a gold katana ready. He just needs to land a connection here. Big damage going to come out with the armory jump ability. Arano, though, making his way out of the situation. Scale rushing back and forth. Really tough to lock someone down, but with so many strong players around every single corner, Arano weaving in and out. It's going to make it to the safety of the bridge room, and he is out of there.
And it's kiting for days, and he's able to kind of find a recluse there. But there are 7 players total left alive. Pace finding himself the gold katana, hoping to work out against that horizontal. Now, Pace having a little bit of chance here. Hopefully, and I say this hopefully, if he finds a side overcut against Verse, it's going to force out a lot of things. And now Pace finds himself of working through a pole sword wielding Syra. This is a dangerous game. B1, as I remember from mentioning earlier, it's going to be 2 dashes down. They recognize that. The last dash has been consumed. Now the players such as Tryhard can now reinitiate that chase down. If he finds a counter grapple or he just goes for the grapple stagger, Pace will then have to invest the F2 to back off. But then again, Zeldinch looks to knock Tryhard off his tail. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm looking behind. I'm looking back for it. Is this a dream? It literally locked in that flaming cage. Zeldinch finding the elimination, but more importantly, his 3rd one to that game.
No way. Zeldinch with the lantern kill. One of the few times I've ever seen this on the world stage. What a way to go down. Zeldinch on the ankles with 3 kills. And I'll say, my man, he chooses what he wants and he makes it work under the brightest lights. 6 people left alive. WBG Fighter is going to get this reset. We haven't seen how Syra plays in a very congested area with a ton of buildings. Now, one of her weaknesses, we were saying, line of sight. Can you get around a corner? Scale rush being one of the best movement options in this game. It's going to be hard for Spider to close out this game. Now, something we are used to seeing in these very, very stacked lobbies are heal-offs. We haven't really seen it going to the zone. And for the first time, we have a ton of terrain to work with. We have the classic Celestia endgame coming out to end the first day. I'm really hoping to see which character, Hadi, Valda, or Syra, wins it in this current meta.
It'll be a dangerous predicament, but if we get a heal off, I'm excited for that. I'm hoping to see that coming through here. Mike having himself at the shop. But looking at Arano's build, having a repair roll and as well as finding himself a piece of action with the pistol deader rounds. This can disrupt a lot of things. A lot of players get caught by the deader rounds, and that's free hits. More of the finds Thunderstorm from Verse, taking himself with the Thunder Shot, as well as finding himself that Velocity Untold from earlier, not finding Nunnies just yet, and a Zeldinch. Having a Vajra's Grip, having a Phantom Step on standby, having the double roll you see him roly-poling around here with the wave roll, and also having a jabbing. So if he finds a stab, he's good to go. Tryhard, taking Cav Bloom. If he finds dual blades or dual howards, he's converting that 100%. Considering how much pressure Cav Bloom can work into this point of pushing people off, or even after they get caught into the uppercut, just to confirm if flop stay hit, and to confirm the
Right, Mike is on Hadi, Tryhard on Hadi. We got 2 Hadis going into this end game. Are we going to get pulled out into the open, though? We're not going to have the safety of the building, but the first Spirit Well is going to be coming in. Blue buff sitting there. Everyone's contesting for it. Spider is not going to slow down. He's going to keep on the pressure. My man's already qualified at 42.4, but he does not care. He's sending a message to everyone. He's having a great time in the game, and this is what Spider looks like when he's having fun.
Yeah, now it's going to be a contesting for the Spirit Well, and Spider looks to try to pick up a 3rd kill. That would be his best case scenario, especially against Mike. And taking Mike out of the picture of the Spirit Well is now going to give a full consideration route for Valda. Now she is going to be looking for it as Arano holds the fort down, having to hold blue focus with the dagger, and having Zeldinch to work against his member. Zeldin has F1, as I was about to mention, this man throws it, and that is going to be a nice push away from anyone off of a Spirit Well, or even just being able to get the mitigation in alone. Dragon War reveal from Mike for the lobby. This is going to give players a really nice understanding about which hottie is going to be the one to worry about, especially with the nunchucks being in the hand. But while Verse charges the pulse sword to that scare rush, the blue focus, its whole purpose just to deny anyone trying to show up without wanting to take the smoke. But a parry could disrupt that entire flow as Verse looks to continue the pressure and scare rushing into the Spirit Well as all the players are looking around.
Yeah, both hotties, both Cyrus trying to posture to get in there. Mike's tagging in again with the Dragon Roar after getting the healed off. Tryhard took the center for a little bit. Nice stagger going off over and over. Verse with the gold pulse sword is trying to zone everyone out, but now he's a little bit of an overextension. He has to be careful right now. The Dragon Roar of Mike putting a ton of pressure onto them, but WBG Spider coming back in, contesting Mike. Doesn't want to give the Spirit Wall for free, but it looks like the hotties, Mike and Tryhard, might be claiming that I spoke a little bit too soon. Verse does get the heal off. He is going to be coming in, but Mike is going to pop his ultimate, trying to secure this. The 80% Moonbane's coming in. WBG Spider's also going to pure chaos is coming out for this Spirit Well.
Full reset coming out here for Spider as he's forced to do so, and Mike is going to look at the Spirit Well, trying to get a 100% claim, and he gets it. This gives him a lot of rage back. Not 100% considering he's still an ultimate, but he forces out from any other opponent from picking up that Spirit Well buff as a Mystic Might. And now the damage received is going to be almost quartered down, and for Mike, all he got to do is stick to the Syra and force out that ultimate to deplete. But this Moonbane is a little bit too close. He gets caught in the dazzle. This gives the lobby full control off of this. The explosive armor gets procced out here. Finds a gold armor swap as he cleared out the Spirit Well. He chases down Verse, the only Syra that he knows has no ultimate, and perhaps hasn't even burned the combo breaker. He will find out very soon, but Verse has no armor, and that's enough priority as is to make it necessary.
Yeah, Verse, no ultimate, just like you were saying. It's going to get pressured out by Mike. Mike has his ultimate online. He needs to take down one of these Syras before they get back online. Zelzich coming in, finds the low HP Syra, white armor onto Verse. He's scale rushing left and right, trying to create some space with the 80% Moonbane, just consuming so much of this terrain. He does find another armor swap. Mike, though, has the blue buff. You're going nowhere, Verse. We're taking you down right now. Mike keeping up the pressure. Dual Halbies swinging. Gold doing a ton of chip damage to Verse, and then out of nowhere, Verse lifted out by a dagger. Grapple Stagger's gonna be coming in, but Zelzich does get the last hit, but Mortal Defiance is gonna be coming out. Mike gonna pop the ultimate, looks for the last hit, and he's gonna secure the kill.
4 eliminations for Mike, picking up the Soul Loom and dipping out like nothing ever happened. 4 players left alive, though, Zeldin being the lowest target on the field of play. Spider taking aggression against Arano. Arano tried to kite out for the buildings and using the dagger, but the build has been given to Mike from the body. So for everything coming from the remains, Mike repositions. He looks to try to see if anyone is still fighting or trying to reset, and if since he has Mystic Might, he has full vision into this field of play. We got 4 minutes down under. Heal off looking a little bit more slim than his takes, but there's going to be that parry. And you know Spider, he's going to go for the R&B, burning out the F2 from the hottie. It might be a chance for Spider to look for the 2 for just a quick neutral, but no one's going to allow that, especially with the Valda on the field of play.
Yeah, Spider, no armor to his name, getting stripped of all of his health. Is going to pop his ultimate, put the pressure onto Arano, letting him know where you go when you're stuck out in the open. The amount of damage getting put out from Spider. Arano has to pop ultimate, is going to use the cliff to get the nice reset, and Zelzer's going to tag in with the cannon, putting on the pressure onto Spider, not allowing him to get a full heal off. Now Spider going to try to go to the cliffside, try to get a reset, but unfortunately for him, Mike going to tag in, look for the kill onto him. Goldup's going to be invested by Mike. Keeping up the pressure, though. Spider trying to fight his way out of this. Focus attack into the Hong Sword dash. Swinging left and right. Bobbing, weaving. Arano on the outside, though. Catches the retreating Spider. You're not going anywhere. Spider has to fight his way out of there, but Mike's going to take him from behind. Spider with a parry onto Mike, denying him the kill. And Zelzich is going to pick up the kill onto Spider.
4 eliminations for Zelda and F1 is space apart. We know that Mike looks to try to reset against his point, but Arano having to go to time to reset. We are 2.5 minutes right now. He takes the initiation against Zeldin, still having himself maxed out for the health bar. Mike, part 2, Legend Boogaloo, getting all the items off of that body. He's able to get himself resetted for the next engagement in case it comes down where he has to back off. And there's a lot of terrain here. You got to look in terms of the kiting, the cliff sides, the trees. Everything can be worked towards your advantage, especially for Nakos in terms of chasing down, and especially for Hottie just trying to space out. But for Evalda, Arano is the one target they want to make sure they can steer clear of or force the pressure like that parry just then and there. Zeldin finds the parry complete in the Dragon War. F1 to deny the pressure. 5 eliminations. Zeldin loses losing out on that Soul Bloom. Hold checks the whole R&B, and there's going to be the velocity untold into that parry. Zeldin eats up the damage. Force proc ultimate into the pounces is still available, but whether or not Mike is already knowing when the next move is going to happen, he is tap dodging away.
Zeldin with the Aquasol pop, Mike holding his ground, holding his combo break, finally investing it, and now Zeldin trying to find the Tiger, not able to find it. Spike, or Mike able to dodge, weave, gets a nice scale rush out, Zeldin gets the tracking up, finds Mike, looks for the jumping Tiger, not able to get it. Mike takes to the air, has the advantage now with his ultimate up. Zeldin gonna go inside the building, sees if he can get a focus at Mike staring at him on the outside, calls his bluff, knows he's not going to release. Triple charge is going to be coming out now. Zeldin burning, trying to find a reset. Looks to the right, looks to the left. Mike's cutting him off. Where can he go? But he is going to get a stagger. Last hit situation right now. Mike is going to get the cross into the 2-1-1. And Mike is going to secure the last round of the day. Vintage Mike showing his dominance.
5 kills elimination to take him to first place. Mike takes himself with 9 points that round, taking into the earnings of it, and finding his second MVP throughout today. Now this could be a chance here to see everyone, you know, the old guard still holding the fort down. You know, you got Mike, got Spider holding down the points in terms of the lead, and hoping to see whether Zeldin can take these games into his own set. I mean, listen, 5 eliminations, second place, clean and knockouts into that Morris Isle map selection. Having